Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
I almost ended stream by accident. I almost hit the wrong button. What is going on here? Why did it look like that? Okay. All right, how we doing this morning? Are we doing all right this morning? All right, let's get it. What is this? I don't care about that. That is weird. Marvel Cosmos Cosmic Invasion. Here we go. What's this? They still doing this?
It's clobbering time!
This looks kind of good, actually. Hold on.
Optic blast! Hit parade! Haymaker! Don't get up! You're dunked!
Hey, there really isn't nothing quite like an old school beat 'em up. There really isn't.
Keep an eye on him, psych! To me, my X-Men. Slam him, Jen! Go get him, honey. Omni blast! Hit the deck! It's on sight.
And now they're adding characters. That's pretty cool, though. Oh, and they added a new game mode. New playable characters. W. How we doing this morning, Pam? How you doing? How's it going, darling? You doing all right? Is this chess? Someone that hopped in chat yesterday said the Devil Dinosaur was really good.
Devil Dinosaur has rampaged his way into Marvel Rivals with the release of Season 8.0, Sins of Alchemax. As the newest Vanguard, he's ready to gnaw, thrash, and protect his allies on the path to glory. Full disclosure, it was very hard to take him for a stroll in public servers, since everybody was wanting to play the Big Red Dino at launch. However, some strangers were kind enough to let me finally spend my time with Dev and not give me any grief in the process.
Huh.
Devil Dinosaur is a Vanguard rated at an appropriate 3 stars, as he has a kit that is very easy to understand, but difficult to fully capitalize on. While he has a means to keep the pressure off of his allies, he has to keep inflicting the pressure right back at the enemy team. Dev is a glaringly large target, so avoiding incoming fire is a fruitless endeavor. Nevertheless, he can become a major threat when enemies become afflicted with bleed and
Look at that
slow.
health bar. Holy shit.
Let's go over his abilities. Double D's primary fire is Primal Bite, a short-ranged yet vicious bite attack. Upon suffering from a bite, enemies will become afflicted with bleed, causing them to suffer from lingering damage over roughly 8 seconds. Unlike other heroes who typically have a ranged attack as their primary fire and a standard melee attack, Devil Dinosaur gets a special melee attack where he can smack enemies about with his tail. This allows him to easily damage multiple enemies when surrounded or getting flanked.
That's kind of cool.
That's 3!
Though Primal Bite deals high damage at a very slow pace, Frenzied Feast can pick up a bit of the slack. Our prehistoric pal will unleash 5 bites in quick succession, all while converting the damage inflicted into bonus health. And if your target is already afflicted with bleed, you'll do even more damage than usual.
Damn.
Savage Predation allows Dev to dash forward before leaping forward up to an additional 20 meters. Any enemies caught within the shockwave will be afflicted with bleed. However, if a target is already afflicted with bleed, Devil Dino will latch onto them with his teeth before chucking them 10 meters away. Thanks to Moon Girl's powers, Devil Dinosaur has access to this wide special shield called the Buddy Barrier. This shield will block incoming damage for roughly 6 seconds, or when enough damage has been dealt with. It also gives you plenty
Let's
of
go,
room
Melissa.
for the entire team to gather around you. Impact Beam is the only ranged attack in
Hey, W graduation. Go get him. That's what I'm saying. Hell yeah. Hey, that's all right if you're not here on Friday. You got something way more important than sitting around watching my fat ass in this chair.
And it is capable
Oh,
of
man, you got
inflicting
2
bleed on
graduates.
targets
W.
while also slowing
W
their
parent.
movement speed. It can even cause airborne enemies to drop to the ground, making them easier targets for your allies. Unfortunately, the beam can only reach a distance of 15 meters, and it is very limited in its usage, so you can't rely on this attack too often.
Man, let's move on from that. Ain't no reason for that to be those 6 minutes. What is this? Dragon Striker? What is this? What is this shit? I don't know if that's a game or if that's a... Oh, it's a Disney trailer. Okay, yeah, no, it's garbage then. It's trash. Oh, I want to watch this so bad. Just a peek. Just a little peek.
Rated M for mature.
Just a peek. That's all I get. That's all I get for stream. I'm happy with that. Maybe we could pull it up every other couple days and like watch another section of that. It's so fucking stupid. This game did not do well. This game did not do well at all.
We have crash landed in the Burnell quadrant of Tau Ceti F.
Our only option now is to hold out until the Andromeda arrives.
We have no way to contact
Let's go, Megabytes.
or Earth.
What is that?
Who's there? Take it slow.
You gotta let me in! Please!
Damn.
Is that you, Cooper? Anders.
Why is no one talking?
You okay?
Back off, now.
Sure, man.
Damn.
This ship is infected with an alien organism. For all we know, it could be in our own bloodstreams by now. Directive 8020 states Earth must be protected.
It sucks because this game looks really good, but it's not. It's really not. Wait, what is this? Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready. Jobs ready for you.
Something had shifted. A darker place seeping into this place. Casting a shadow over it,
Damn! Look at that.
overlapping it.
Cult of the Word.
This was something else. Only its writer knew what it meant. There was something more subtle.
That's cool.
A dark and unseen presence pressing against the fabric of reality. The truth was beyond anyone's understanding.
You know what really sucks about Phasmophobia is that it's content creator slop. It's relatively boring. Menace from the Deep. Oh, it's a card game. It looks like what the hell is this? What fresh hell is this? Wait a minute, what is this? What do we got here? What the hell is this? What's this shit? Ooh, that's pleasant. Wow, that was invigorating. How's it going, Timothy? I was out feeding the chickens. Ooh, you got some chickens. W. Chickens are awesome. Let's go, Infidel. Red Ravens in the chat. Dude, there hasn't been shit for games. Like, literally nothing. Ooh, Street Fighter 6. Hold on, wait a minute.
Here comes a new challenger.
Nah, I'll pass on that music, though, Halls. Just another character. Well, I think gaming has forsaken us.
BMW, yet the car company, has an emu farm. But what the f*** do the Germans want with our steroid chickens? Well, you see, a lot of complex parts have to come together to build a car. I mean, your transmission, your engine.
Oh, let me guess. The seats. Do they need the feathers for the seats?
I would say indicators, but we are talking about BMW here. However, the first thing you'll notice about a car is usually the simplest. The paint.
Huh?
It doesn't really matter how nice your car is. If the paint's peeling off like a banana, people are going to assume it's a fucking shitbox. And that's why car companies put a lot of time and research into making sure the paint stays on your car while you slide it sideways into a tree.
How? Bro, how do you get your car stuck in a tree?
You can clean it. See, anything that isn't wiped off the car gets stuck under the paint when it's applied, which fucks up adhesion by moving around. And even the tiniest particles of dust can fuck it all up. So, the Germans pondered, what is the best way to make sure every panel is spotless? And the answer they landed on is a giant fuck-off duster made of Australia's favourite feathered war criminals. And it wasn't just BMW that found this out, but Audi as well. Now, Audi gets their Dino Turkey feathers from the source, shipping directly from the land down under.
¿Quieres?
Now, BMW used to do the same thing, till someone at head office had a thought. Hang on, the feathers. If we ship over 4 emus and place them in a grid, infinite feather source. And so they airdropped Australia's big birds onto a farm in Bavaria, where a small sleeper cell of Australia's most wanted resides to this day. The funny part of this to me is that BMW went so far as shipping kaiju turkeys to make the paint on their cars look good. Just for some TikToker to buy it for clout, wrap it bright purple, and then crash it into a fucking wall.
Oh my god!
BMW, yet the car...
Oh, dude, what? We gotta see another one of those. Fuck is that thing?
This crab is a boxer. What's your name? Agree!
Nope.
This shrimp has a gun. This pond is hiding some...
Oh, yeah, I was watching that.
This crab is a boxer. What's your name? Agree! That's right, stepping into the ring at 0.15 grams.
Oh, look how tiny it is.
2.5 centimeters in length. It's the boxer crab.
Oh, we're doing pretty good, White Horse. Hope you're doing all right today.
Has instead elected to spec into CQC and throw.
Great day. Ooh.
Despite their completely average and not at all small size, this fucker fights in the heavyweight division, able to punch out hundreds of times its size. But how does nature's Little Mac win the fights? Well, that's pretty simple. He fucking cheats. You see, those little pom-poms aren't a fashion choice. Those
Bro is literally a Pokemon.
both see and an enemy.
An enemy.
That the boxer crab holds in its claws to use as basically f***ing brass knuckles. Now, they get these in enemies by finding other boxer crabs who have them, jumping them, and then claiming them like they are a f***ing WWE title belt. Now, if you weren't aware, anemones are venomous plant-like animals that, in order not to get eaten, sting the shit out of anything that touches them. Boxer crabs are immune to that sting. But you bet your ass that everything that tries to eat the boxer crab isn't. So, the crab and the anemone enter into a symbiotic relationship, essentially becoming an aquatic venom, with the anemone getting some of the crab's food, and the crab gaining venomous brass knuckles.
That's crazy.
So, whenever a predator gets in the ring with Crab Tyson here, he'll wait for it to get just within striking range, and then...
Zap.
Squidward, I should kick your f***ing ass!
This crab is...
Okay, do we want to do... Let's do this first. If you haven't seen Meat Canyon, check Meat Canyon out on YouTube. Check out Meat Canyon. Let me go ahead and share this. Meat Canyon. Y'all know it's about to be cursed up in here, right? Y'all aware it's about to get cursed? Oh, yes, indeed. God bless Milky 89 TTV.
Pork Floyd? Oh, yep, your band.
That's Queso.
Who said Snack Harlow? Get that guy out of here. Ace Venturo? Okay, banned. Mealtalica? Oh, bro.
That's Queso right there.
Tyler the Inflator? Oh, bro.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mom, Timmy, what's wrong?
Oh, God.
What's wrong, Timmy? What's wrong?
My phone! It's too heavy, Mom! It's too heavy!
Okay, sweetie, here, just hold on. I'll help you. Just hold on.
Phoenix, Arizona has sunken in on itself. Government officials have not released a statement as to why this could have happened, but billions of lives have been lost.
My monitor just fell through the floor watching this guy? Okay, buddy, banned!
ただいま東京が何らかの現象により地球に飲み込まれたというニュースが入ってきました科学者の方たちはもうすぐ日本全体が飲み込まれるだろうと言っています
You're getting too big. If you grow anymore, you will implode the Earth and destroy humanity as we know it. Oh yeah. Okay. Banned.
Y'all called the military? Are you serious, bro?
Campus madness. It's reaching critical mass. If this continues, it will create a chain reaction resulting in a black hole. Not only humanity will perish, but a very galaxy as well.
Got shot at. What the hell? That's gotta suck.
It was our fault. We provoked him. And now we're all going to die. No, sweetie, don't say that. Don't say that.
We did this, Mom! We did this!
Damn. Yo, that's just too good. That's just too good, man. All right.
Hire fake royal billionaire lifestyle with private jets, crypto deals, luxury mansions, and corrupt officials by two brothers allegedly built an entire fake royal billionaire lifestyle with private jets, crypto deals, luxury mansions, and corrupt officials by pretending to be a pair of princes? What? So apparently, if you buy enough designer clothes, charter enough private jets, and say the word Dubai confident enough...
This is a Tozy! Check out a Tozy on YouTube! How's he only got 6,000 likes on that so far? I'm kind of surprised it's not more. YouTube's been fucking over everybody, man. It's been fucking over everybody. I don't know what the fuck YouTube is doing, bro.
People will just hand you millions of dollars because federal prosecutors say that's basically what happened here. Two brothers from Ohio, not Dubai, not Abu Dhabi, not some secret royal compound in the desert. No, they are from Ohio and they allegedly built an entire fake billionaire empire that prosecutors say brought in around $21 million through fraud schemes, bribery.
Bro, I'm in the wrong line of work. What the fuck? How come these fraudsters keep getting all this damn money and they don't go to jail?
Crypto scams, fake business deals, and just straight up luxury fuel delusion. And for a while, the whole thing actually worked. So you have Zubair and Muzamil Azlaber. They spent years presenting themselves as ultra-connected Middle Eastern elites with endless money and royal connections. And Zubair allegedly claimed that he was married to a princess from the United Arab Emirates, while his younger brother, Muzamil, reportedly portrayed himself as some kind of hedge fund genius. And I'm sorry, but the fact that these guys are just some random dudes from Ohio playing dress up for these pictures makes it 10 times
I could
funnier.
see them
These guys are
passing as it.
literally
I
LARPing
could.
as Middle Eastern elite. And I guess because the internet is just, you know, completely cursed, they allegedly learned investing from YouTube videos and the TV.
Why am I not surprised? Seriously. Why am I not surprised?
Show called Billions. I'm not kidding. Imagine losing millions of dollars to someone whose financial education was basically autoplay recommendations and Showtime. And sure, while you can argue there's a lot of valuable advice out there on YouTube, there's also way more grifters than legitimate people. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of the financial space on YouTube. And I'm thinking they were kind of attracted to the grifters here because they had the whole fake wealthy thing going, because they had the luxury cars.
Grifters? I didn't think that you could be a grifter if it didn't apply to politics. I didn't think that's how that worked. Maybe I'm wrong about that? What does it mean to be a grifter? Con artists or scammers, somebody who... Oh, okay. So I guess, is there like a double meaning to that? What does it mean to be a streamer grifter? So is an online content creator who exploits their audience for financial gains by... So it's pretty much the same thing, it's just worded differently. Okay. So it's practically the same damn thing. It's like a scammer. You think of a grifter as a scammer.
The private jets, the designer clothes, huge dinners, VIP sports suites, expensive watches, and of course, a whole bunch of social media flexing. So, federal investigators, they say the brothers carried out multiple fraud schemes between 2020 and 2023, eventually pulling in around $21 million total. During the sentencing, the judge absolutely unloaded on them, saying, you stole a lot of money.
Yeah, but now that you've got, like... So, for example, you've got people like Hassan calling Asman a grifter, or someone like, I don't know if Asman's called Hassan a grifter, but in that context, in the streamer atmosphere context, it's got another meaning, which is similar to being a fraudster, but not really. Is an online content creator exploits their audience for financial gains by faking their opinions, manufacturing artificial controversies, or pushing disingenuous content. The term combines the concept of streaming and grifting. So it's got like a double meaning. Like most things that are popping up in the year 2025 to the year 2026, everything has a new meaning, apparently.
people.
Go
and put
figure.
East Cleveland in a terrible light. And while, hey, as bad
Like
as
whenever
this
you
sounds
don't agree with someone, you just call them a Nazi and then you hope that it works.
for Cleveland, at least Cleveland has Sir
Apparently.
Yacht, so he'll always fix their reputation. But the more you dig into this case, the crazier things get, because prosecutors say that these guys just didn't pretend to be rich. They allegedly managed to convince actual public
Let's go,
officials
Black
to
Kite.
help legitimize them. One of the biggest reasons this operation apparently looked real was because of an actual East Cleveland official started to help them sell this image. And this is making Ohio look less and less like a real place, unfortunately. But that official was apparently Michael Smeedley, the city's former chief of staff. And prosecutors say the
Why am I not surprised?
relationship between Smeedley and the brothers basically became kind of a trade deal. So you help us look official and we'll make it worth your while. So federal investigators say the brothers showered Smeedley with gifts and perks like cash payments, luxury dinners, cigars,
So bribes.
round sweet tickets, expensive Wagyu beef, and of course, promises of a high-paying future job. So I guess if you want to be a prince, give your local city official some Wagyu beef. Not even a cartoon mob movie do you hear, hey, give him the Wagyu beef and he'll legitimize you as
There's a reason why, as a public official, you shouldn't be allowed to accept gifts. It produces favoritism. Like, what are we even talking about here? It's bribery.
prince. Like, what? I also love the fact
This
that
isn't even a
helped them-
fucking science. Everyone knows that if you're in political power in any way, shape, or form, and you accept any form of gifts from somebody, it's a form of bribery. You're being bribed.
legitimize themselves as princes from Dubai. Like, one would think that it would be a person from Dubai that would help them do that, not from Ohio. What does Ohio have anything to do with it other than the fact that these guys are from Ohio? I don't know. But investigators say that Smeedley allegedly started using his city position to help transform these guys from random luxury influencers into people who actually look connected and credible. And apparently, the city gave the brothers the title of International Economic Advisors for East Cleveland. Excuse me, what?
No fucking way.
Yeah, that's a completely made-up position that didn't even exist before, but I guess it sounds official enough that most people probably wouldn't really question it for too much. So the brothers allegedly used a city hall official letterhead, police credentials, and public appearances to create this image that they were legitimate. They were just international
And they really thought that if they kept doing this whole public image thing, people weren't going to dig into it? How stupid and daft do you have to be? Like,
bringing a huge business opportunity.
bro, like, people, like, talk about stuff on the internet all the time and it gets henpecked to death. Are you fucking dumb?
Into East Cleveland. But the brothers allegedly told investors that they were launching a massive cryptocurrency mining operation.
Oh, of fucking course they are. Of
Which
fucking
is
course
apparently
they
this
are.
huge industrial complex in Ohio that used to house General Electric's lighting headquarters. There was just one small problem. Prosecutors say they didn't actually own it. So, with the luxury image, the city connections, and the official-looking titles, and all the billionaire role-playing possible, investors still somehow believe their story, even though they didn't own the building, which really shows you that a lot of investors really just don't do their due diligence. And this is where this scam reportedly became insanely expensive, because a Chinese investor poured nearly $18 million into the operation after being convinced the brothers owned the site and were building a major crypto mining business there. I'm also kind of wondering,
You know what really sucks is that I bet they could have. They could have 10x'd their income if they actually gave a shit. The fact that they got a Chinese millionaire or billionaire to invest in their crypto, they could have made so much fucking money. If these guys had any ounce of a fucking brain cell, which you can't tell me they didn't. They were rich. They were content creators. They had, like, the setup going in a city. They were getting people from other countries to invest. All they had to do was not do a rug pull content creator fucking cryptocurrency. If they... You understand that the guy that made Bitcoin is like a multi-billionaire? You can make so much fucking money off of crypto if you're just not a dumbass. Like, with how much money those brothers had, they totally could have got somebody in there that was an expert on the crypto and help put it together. It's just so fucking
What
stupid.
were they expecting to happen here? Did they really think that they were going to get away with this? If they're raising money on the pretense that they own a building site and nothing ever happens with a building site, what do you think is going to happen? Like, this is just a straight up stupid crime. I'm assuming they were trying to start some sort of like Bitcoin mining facilities, which would essentially just be a whole bunch of supercomputers solving complex problems to, I guess, generate the next block or mine the next block of Bitcoin. And obviously, these setups are expensive, power hungry, and usually require warehouses full of specialized equipment. So according to prosecutors, the investors, I guess, like shipped over 1,000 crypto mining machines to Nila Park at a cost of about $8.8 million.
Oh my God.
Imagine the visual for a second. Truck after truck showing up loaded with millions of dollars of crypto mining equipment, allegedly for a business that prosecutors say was basically fake. So once the mining equipment arrived in East Cleveland, the brothers intercepted the shipments outside of the property and sold the machines off to buyers themselves. Excuse me, what? So they allegedly sold the...
Bro, they literally just handed out the keys to the kingdom. All you had to do was like hook that shit up to a nice warehouse and you could have been set, dude. Are you fucking dumb? Bro.
Combined $5.5 million. Excuse me, these guys are morons. How?
Yeah, and they sold it. They only sold it for 5.5.
$5.5 million. Excuse me, these guys are morons. How do you secure $8.8 million of crypto mining hardware in what, 2020? And you somehow lose money? That was like the boom time.
Bro, that was the time, bro. If they had kept that around, like, if they had kept that and they let that sit for 4 years, in the year 2025, they had the biggest boom of Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit almost like $130,000 each. If they had just one of those Bitcoins from that mining operation, dude, they'd have been like, dude, oh my fucking God.
Time for this stuff.
They would have made that investment back so quickly.
Do it the legitimate way, and they could have actually exited the company or gone public like so many others did. What's kind of blowing my mind about this is like, they did a lot of the hard stuff here. Like, they essentially lobbied the government. They got a whole bunch of money raised.
See, what I think fucked them over, was the fact that they kept getting the government involved. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
So somehow got $8 million of mining equipment, but because they're scammers and just didn't do it in a building they owned or leased, everything fell apart. And obviously they're scammers and they sold the equipment. Like, dude, this could have actually been a legitimate mining business. But I guess what they were lacking was the competency to actually run a legitimate business, which is...
No, they could have hired somebody. They could have hired somebody. They had more than enough money to hire somebody. Even if it was for a limited time. Not even, they could have told the guy that they hired, hey, you set all this up, I'll give you a percentage of whatever comes out of this business. Straight up into your account every single time we cash out. Like, I don't understand, like, the stupidity behind this is insanity. It's fucking crazy.
Scammers and are now, not doing too well, because at the end of this, authorities ended up seizing, you know, the typical cars, watches, and so on, and more than 80 firearms connected to the operation, including a custom gold-plated AK-47. This could have been a legitimate business. Talk about...
Well, that's the reason why they ain't got no goddamn money right there. That's why they don't have any money.
Fumbling the bag. And why did they fumble the bag? To flex on Instagram, to charter a jet, and to flex a gold-plated AK. Really? But prosecutors say that luxury spending wasn't limited to Ohio either, because the brothers obviously chartered a whole bunch of private jets for shopping trips in places like Aspen, Miami, London, Madrid, Bucharest, which genuinely sounds like someone asked AI to generate places rich people casually mention in podcasts and just go to all those places. But the fraud schemes didn't stop with just the crypto operation. Of course, because these guys are apparently serial schemers here, but the brothers allegedly kept running scams across multiple areas between 2020 and 2023, including targeting people who were personally close to them. One of those alleged victims was reportedly Zubair al-Zubair's former girlfriend from the UAE, and she apparently lost $737,000 and was described as an investment scam. So these guys essentially LARPed as rich dudes to date wealthy women and then scam them as well. Bruh, again, talk about fumbling the bat. Imagine just like running actual businesses, using the money you raised to actually run a legitimate business, and then
if they had any legitimate businesses, I feel like the thing is like, idealistically, what you would do is you would fraud people to the point where you can just pop up your own legitimate business and shut down the fraud business, right? Ideally. Why do these people not shut down the fraudulent businesses? Why do they keep shooting their own foot off? Just, like, come on.
Legitimately dating wealthy people.
The same thing happened with the Somali fraud, man. You had all that goddamn money, and instead of shutting the business down and moving on with it, you continued to run the daycares. Like, why? You had big houses, nice cars. Come on.
Why are you making your life so difficult? And for what? I guess it's just like blind greed and just stupidity. But apparently none of the people around them were safe from becoming a part of their scam empire. Because apparently there's a mansion situation. And of course, there's a mansion situation when it comes to serial scammers. But Zubair allegedly used fake documents to lease a massive lakeside mansion. And this mansion was apparently owned by a Cleveland Clinic doctor. And investigators say the property was absolutely destroyed. The damage was about $560,000.
Oh!
And of course, the mansion later became the site of...
Why would you do that? Why would you just move into a mansion and cause like $500,000 worth of damage? That doesn't even make any fucking sense.
Raid in 2023. So imagine being the neighbors in this ultra wealthy lakeside area and suddenly...
Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off right there, Tozy. I'm sorry. Like, the neighbors that live in those super wealthy mansions are usually so spread apart because of how much land they're connected to. They probably never even knew that they had neighbors. Like, let's be honest here.
Federal agents are raiding the fake Dubai Prince mansion down the street. And according to reports, the FBI itself caused another $7,000 in damages to the property. And they also stole around $27,000 in COVID relief benefits by lying on applications. Because, you know, why not scam another 27 grand when you've already scammed, what, tens of millions of dollars? It seems
the issue is, yes, that they got the money via scam. But the problem, if you really boil it down, is that they got caught because they kept fucking doing it. They were under the radar, but because they just kept doing it, they got caught. Like, if they had just taken their first lump of millions of dollars and even just ran that Bitcoin, I don't know what kind of farmer, that crypto farm, they would have been fine. But they just kept scamming people and they kept getting the government involved. And then they kept destroying stuff.
They all just looted as much COVID relief money as possible. But on top of that, prosecutors also say they owed around $2 million in back taxes. So, good job, guys. But I guess if your entire identity is built around looking rich, you can't really slow down. And eventually, the entire operation caught up with them. Because after a 2-week federal trial, prosecutors secured convictions against both brothers and former East Cleveland official Michael Smeadley on multiple charges tied to bribery and fraud. So it's safe to say they just fumbled the bag, and they were convicted.
They fucked up,
including conspiracy, wire fraud, money laundering, theft of government funds, and bribery-related offenses. And Zubair al-Zubair was sentenced to 24 years in federal prison, and his brother was sentenced to 23 years. Both were also ordered to pay more than $21 million in restitution. And while reading about this case, I also found out there's this entire scam ecosystem now built around fake Dubai royalty. Like, I cannot tell you how many fake Dubai princes I found, because investigators and anti-fraud organizations have literally documented what's known as the fake Dubai prince scam.
But how come it is that you run a cop over and you only get like 6 years in jail, but like you scam a bunch of rich people, you get like 23 years in jail? What the fuck's that about?
Pose online.
Why is that?
As,
I wonder why that could be.
To manipulate victims into sending them money. I guess this is like a more modern version of the whole Nigerian prince scam, because once you start reading about these scams, you realize they all pretty much follow the same blueprint. It's basically like Instagram influencer culture mixed with organized fraud. Because one international investigation that came out earlier this year, it was centered around a Nigerian socialite accused of pretending to be Sheikh Hamdan, the actual crown prince of Dubai, also known as Faza. And the scam allegedly started off on LinkedIn, which already makes this feel way more modern than the Nigerian prince scams I mentioned earlier. But the victim in this case was a Romanian businesswoman named Laura, who investigators say was originally contacted on LinkedIn to work with humanitarian projects and charitable work in Romania.
Damn, that's
it's kind of pathetic that they're using a charity to network and scam. But over time, the relationship allegedly became more personal until the fake prince eventually proposed marriage. And then Laura was eventually directed to London to meet the prince's supposed financial manager in person. And apparently the guy actually showed up, and the victim was even allegedly given access to what appeared to be a bank account showing something like $202 million sitting in her name, except the account was completely fake. And according to reports, every time she tried accessing the money, she was told she needed to pay some sort of processing fee. And that apparently added up to a few thousand here, another transfer there, and another international complication, until investigators say that she had lost around $2.5 million. And apparently all of it started falling apart because the dudes who were scamming started fighting with each other over money, which feels, you know, kind of standard when it comes to scammers. You know, because you have that whole saying, there's no honor among thieves. And clearly that's the case here as well. But anyway,
I can't believe it, dude. That is
this
crazy.
This was apparently the alleged crown prince of Dubai. That's what they were trying to claim. And if you put a side by side, come on, guy. How are we falling for this? So yeah.
That is crazy. Yo. I mean, is it really a mistake, or is it just natural selection? That's the real question. Is it a mistake, or is it natural selection?
With a pirate.
By the way, if you're new here, hit sub on the channel. Hit the like on the stream. It does wonders. We're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Don't forget those jewels. By the way, if you want more people that you can yell at and we can ban up out of here, don't forget to drop some of them jewels today, guys. Them jewels help get more viewers, and hyping the video does wonders too.
Pitcher
W chat.
All after he attempted to persuade her to go back to his place.
So I'm on my way home from a date, and this date was with a...
Is there something else? There was. I want to watch this.
All the lighter shade foundations are left open, but all the darker shades are locked. It's
the tone of voice makes me think she thought she cooked. Oh my god, isn't that crazy?
This is decaf. This is decaf decoy. Check out Decaf Decoy on YouTube. Decaf Decoy on YouTube. This is his other channel, Control V. Bop. There we go, boys. Check out Decaf Decoy. Yeah, no, I said it right.
pretty self-explanatory. Granted, this was in a Walgreens in New York. All the lighter shade foundations are left open, but all the darker shades are locked. It's
the tone of voice makes me think she thought she cooked. Oh my god, isn't that crazy? Only the dark shades are locked up.
Pretty self-explanatory. Granted, that's literally how it feels like to be a black woman in the beauty space.
Oh my,
sorry.
Okay.
That just...
Okay.
You're not sorry. And there just comes a time where you gotta stop just overlooking things and you actually gotta speak up about it.
Yeah, I agree. So instead of locking up all these makeup containers and doing all this extra shit, why don't you just start keeping the people that are stealing stuff in jail where they belong, regardless of their color? Oh, what? You've got a bunch of poor people that are stealing stuff? Well, maybe instead of trying to, give them preferential treatment, maybe you try to figure out why everyone's in fucking poverty. Why don't you try doing that? Why is it that people are stealing? Well, they ain't got no goddamn money. Well, why don't they have money? I don't have any money, but I never went into a store and stole anything. Like, hello?
There's so many other ways.
I'm speaking up about something I know nothing about. I'm on the outside looking in. I don't understand what it is to run a store, but let me tell you how to be a better business, because you are apparently doing something wrong. Walgreens is only in like every single state, right?
is to solve
That's
the problem
right.
that they're insinuating. It's hard enough finding your shade, let alone it being locked up in a box. This was
You
in a-
act like you can't buy it because it's in a box. Yeah, sure, it's annoying as shit if it's in a box, but that doesn't mean you can't buy it.
a Walgreens.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is as someone that's worked in like not this setting, but like setting like this, is what you gotta understand is companies don't want to lock their shit up. It costs money. These devices.
It also alienates people as well. It alienates people. It makes them lose business. So, like, on top of them losing money from the theft, they also lose business whenever all their shit's locked in cages and there's no fucking associates because the store's losing so much money they can't afford associates, which by the way are employees.
Right here, or like surprisingly, can be like $5,000 to $10,000. Installing them is difficult.
It like you can't even say that it's because they're hungry, bro. If you go into a store and if you steal makeup, you can't tell me it's because you're fucking hungry. It's because you're fucking greedy.
Ordering them is difficult. Employing a human being that has to physically, whenever you want to see something, walk over there and unlock it, show it to you. Sometimes they gotta walk it to the register. It costs money, like labor, when normally they could just leave it out and someone can just shop or whatever. And also, you lose out on the opportunity shop. How many times have you gone somewhere? I'm like, you know what? I can't find a thing. I don't want to talk to somebody. I'm gonna leave, even though it's probably on a shelf somewhere. Or how many times have you gone? I've gone to a Target and seen something I want. I push the button. I've waited. I push the button again. I've waited. I'm like, F it. I'm just gonna buy it off Amazon. Like I don't have enough time to sit here.
Exactly.
This loses value of all your products over time, and it makes it more expensive to sell this product. And the thing is, though, is corporate doesn't make these decisions. The guy stocking the shelf doesn't make this decision. An accountant looks at something called shrinkage of how much stuff you've lost due to theft, and they decide, okay, lock up these products because we know statistically, it's math. All these companies are like super DEI and trying to be about equality. They'd never willingly put themselves in this compromising situation that an idiot's going to complain about on their social media. They just have to do it to remain profitable. And I always hate the idea that all these people say, it's just makeup or it's just a t-shirt. You just let
that shit's like almost $50 a fucking thing.
Homeless person have it. It's just a shampoo. It's just a laundry detergent. Like, why are you trying to do
it? Adds up, bro. When you got one person that steals a shampoo bottle, they don't get caught, so they steal a couple more shampoo bottles, and then their friend finds out they're doing it, and then they start doing it, and then those friends have friends that start doing it. Bro, like, that store ain't gonna be around for very long. What do you think? Insurance grows on fucking trees?
Guys are $1 billion company. It's like none of these people know what the profit margin is of a place like Walgreens. Do they know how much they pay their employees? How much the lease on a building is? Like, in a building in LA can be like $1 million in a month. The profit margins for the markup to be like 60 to 50%, paying for all the employees.
I know, I get it. Oh, but these corporations have so much money. They could definitely afford to lose money here. They could, but they're not going to. They will shut that store down the second it hits a 2-month non-profit margin and it drops to the negative. It will instantaneously shut that store down. They can afford it, but they're not going to. And these people need to start living in reality. And what's going to end up happening is these stores are going to start popping up that are fully automated that don't allow you to go in the store. That's what's going to happen.
Out there in the front line. The lease on the building, electricity, insurance, HR departments, healthcare, all these things they provide to pay living wages. Do they know that increasing something like shrinkage by like 1% can make the building unprofitable? And it's like, oh, I don't like the way I feel about something being locked up. It makes me feel like this is racially driven. So I'm perfectly fine with putting all 100 people that work at that Walgreens out of a job. I'm perfectly fine everybody losing their job there. I'm perfectly fine of this community becoming a food desert or like a cosmetics desert, or Walgreens has like, I think they have pharmacies too. I'm perfectly fine harming my community if I can feel better about how I'm perceived racially or whatever. Like, but again, she doesn't understand that. It's people from the outside looking in. I don't understand how you do this. I'm sure I don't understand how to contour or whatever. But if I would say, you know what? Because Asians, we don't have like bridges of our noses. Like sunglasses don't fit me well. I see you're contouring your nose. Do you know what it makes me feel like when you contour your nose? So live your life and your expertise, because you're very good at doing makeup. Do everything you're doing based on my fragile emotions, or else you're the bad person. And as ridiculous as that sounds, that's exactly what's happening right now, because it's not only this where it's like they don't want to lock this stuff up. It's expensive. You gotta staff it. Those devices are expensive, and believe it or not, junkies break into them anyway. So they're very, very expensive.
Yeah, they just take it and run. They just, like, if you've got one that's all together. Oh, actually, no, that's not a movable case. If you and here's another thing that I don't think people realize. Whenever you have to sit here and load these shelves up with these products, man, it eats up your shelf space. So now you've got a whole bunch of stock just sitting in the back room. And that also drives down the price. Like, this is just bad, man. They're gonna get all these stores shut down, and ain't nobody gonna be able to go to a Walgreens anymore.
Place. All of this harms the company. And now you even seen this over here in Chicago, Indianapolis, at a Kroger store.
A goddamn shame. Y'all done stole so much that Kroger done built a store inside of a store.
What'd I say? I literally just said it.
Can't walk in there. That's the store. She's in where you can walk up to.
Like,
that's right. That's right.
This is crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like this ever in my
That's right. Wait till it becomes automated.
life, in all my years. I ain't never seen nothing like.
And again, the company doesn't want to do this. They're making everybody an Amazon fulfillment hub, because that's why Amazon can beat you in prices. One, they don't gotta ship to all these different communities. They don't gotta pay for all these employees at customer service relating. They don't gotta have like a housekeeping mopping the floors when someone loses something. And most importantly, they don't gotta pay for the shrinkage, idiots stealing stuff. Amazon wins because it's a central hub, and also it's non-customer service facing. Everything you do, like you argue something on Amazon, like it said it shipped something to me. I didn't get it. I don't talk to a person in person like I would at a Vons. I talk to their AI, and their AI realizes, oh yeah, it didn't get shipped. Here's your refund. You're turning everything into this, so there's no alternative. It's just give Bezos billions or give Bezos Bezos Junior billions, because all these other companies are gonna be like that.
Mm-hmm. But remember, when you've got content creators like Hassan Piker sitting at a podcast talking about how fuck the billionaires, and it's like, dude, you do realize that it doesn't fuck the billionaires, right? You know what they do? They shut the location down, and you know who it fucks? It fucks the community. That's who it fucks. It makes the people that already couldn't drive very far, or communities where people couldn't afford vehicles, or just for that matter, just in general, people that can't afford vehicles, they have to go even farther now just to get the same products. Like, if you get a Walgreens shut down, that's a pharmacy. What do you think is going to happen? Now Granny's going to have to drive an extra 30 minutes just to get her prescription filled. Like, what is even the mindset here?
So you can't even get in over here. You got to go around that way to get into the.
It's just so stupid.
And it's scary because it's like, if you don't lock up criminals, you got to lock up society.
That's right. You got to pad the rest of the world because you don't want to pad the criminals that are sitting here stealing shit.
It is. You don't lock up the person stealing the toothpaste. You gotta lock up the toothpaste now. We don't have to live like this, guys. We really don't, because
that's why they have the soft serve drinks for McDonald's now. You can't even go up and get a drink anymore. You gotta hand that shit over the counter between some bulletproof glass just to get a drink.
Sad. This is just the meme over and over. They say this CVS locked up everything in the aisles except sunscreen.
I love how they're blaming the store too. That's the funniest part. They're blaming the store.
It's not because CVS wants to be blasted for being racist. CVS does it because they cannot maintain profitability. They're trying to save jobs. They're trying to keep their whole system running. They're trying to appease the shareholders, because if they close a lot of stores during the theft, it's going to make them withdraw their money, impact their stock prices, and dumbly, most employees in corporate, they invest heavily in their company's stock. If they go out, so does their retirement. If they go under, so does their retirement. So it's never because they hate you, they want to be racist, they want to be evil, they want to hurt your feelings. It's just a numbers game, and don't blame the corporation, blame the system that refuses to protect society. Sad to say, if you don't want your shelves to look like this, and you don't want to have to shop at a store, inside of a store, and you don't want to have to go here and see, hey, all this stuff is locked up, you're going to have to stomach the fact that you're going to see shoplifters getting arrested. You're going to see shoplifters getting arrested heavy-handedly, meaning when you go to a store and you'll see their security, you'll see the cop or whatever it is, handcuffing a crying, screaming person saying, oh, I didn't mean to steal, I'm just trying to feed my baby or whatever. No.
What the hell you gonna feed the baby? You gonna feed him some makeup? I heard L'Oreal tastes the best. Like, come on. What are we doing here?
You're going to see the law being enforced. It's gonna look ugly, and they're gonna get these absurdly long
And you know what really sucks? They pick these people up, they put them in jail, right? And they don't even put them in jail. They give them a slap on the wrist. They drive up the road to the nearest Chevron or the nearest a Quick Trip or wherever the nearest gas station is, and it feels like they just drop them off. And 9 times out of 10, that's the only thing that happens too. Like you can't for most states or a lot of the states that have this problem. They don't even have, you have to hit like a maximum or a minimum amount of theft. So like if you go into a Target, for example, and you grab a whole bunch of clothes and you don't hit $800, they let you go. They don't even bother. It's fucking crazy.
Because they just can't.
And even if they do, they confiscate the clothing, right? And then you can get charged with a felony. But 9 times out of 10, the fucking useless DEI woke judge just lets them go, drops all the charges. And you know what happens? The next day, they're back at the Target doing the same thing, except this time, they don't have a face mask on. They just going up in there, grabbing shit and walking out the door.
Stop stealing. I'm talking about people that shoplift every day of their life, and they just keep on getting arrested and keep on getting cut loose. You're not going to fix that. What fixes that is hard labor in a prison. I don't want that to be the case. That's why you give everybody a chance.
I do. You should be grateful. You should be thankful that you get to go to prison and be forced to do hard labor. Because if this was any other time period in the world, you would be branded with a T on the hand you used to steal, or you would have your fucking hands cut off. A little bit of manual hard labor ain't gonna hurt nobody. A little bit of jail time isn't gonna kill anybody.
To not steal, but if their free will drives them to putting our society in this scenario right here, we can't live like this. We gotta finally just put our foot down and say, you know what? It's not gonna look fun. It's not gonna look nice, but we have to put people in prison forever. All right.
Woman goes on a first date with a...
If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. We're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Yeah. Check out that Asmon Gold, man. Check out that Asmon Gold. Check out that Asmon Gold. Boom! Boom!
Pirates pitcher Chris Davinsky and tells all after he attempted to persuade her to go back to his place.
So I'm on my way home from a date, and this date was with a Pirates player. I didn't go into this date thinking like he's gonna be a really good guy, you know. Like I had the right expectations.
So you already entered it with a negative bias, huh?
Date, and this date was with a Pirates player. I didn't go into this date thinking like he's gonna be a really good guy, you know. Like I had the right expectations. So I get to this date, we just got coffee, very casual date, and then he goes, let's have a staring contest, and let's see. He goes, winner gets a prize, and I go, okay, if you win, what do you want? And he goes, a kiss.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty clever. That's pretty clever.
Of course.
That's a dog right there, man. You got to be careful with him.
What do you want? And I go, a second date. I don't want a fucking second date. I don't want a second date.
You did up until you realized that he only wanted one thing.
She didn't get the second date. Her ego got bruised, and now
her ego got decimated. Look, I'm sorry, ladies. Look here. There are a lot of very wealthy people that live in this world that only really want one thing from you. And if you don't have an equal, very rarely do, and this goes both ways with men and women, very rarely are you going to come to the table with somebody that's more wealthy. Like, we're not talking about making more. We're talking about wealth. We've graduated past the point of working a 9 to 5. You know, we've got a firefighter and a teacher. They live together. You know, that's not wealth. Wealth is hitting a ball and making $1 million. That's wealth. Okay. When someone is wealthy, 9 times out of 10, they don't really want to date you. Like, if you go into something thinking that they're going to want to date you, you already lost that fight. Now, very seldom, very rarely does it happen. Now, and it does happen, but 9 times out of 10, they're not trying to date you if they're wealthy. They're trying to get what they want and then move on. That's what they want.
She's on TikTok telling her truth.
This actually went
and everybody knows it.
Backfired on her.
She letting the demons
So we
out?
do. He's like, best 2 out of 3. I go, okay.
And the thing is like, what's so bad about this is that she just went out and told everybody what, who it was and what happened, right? Well, the thing is that there are women out there that will gladly accept $20,000-$30,000 just to sleep with this dude. They would. Like, whenever you get to have as much money as like baseball players have, like, I'm sorry, but they're gonna try to do it for free. But you know, push comes to shove, there are a lot of women, like for example, like Instagram models and stuff like that, that will be more than willing to do it. And that's
cool. I lose the first one. I have contacts.
You know,
and
like
naturally
it
dry
is what
eyes,
it
so I
is.
lose. And then he goes, all right, let's add something to this. He goes, if I win, you have to drive me back to my place. Drive you to your place.
Yeah.
You're a professional athlete. You're a professional athlete, and you can't.
I honestly think that, like, out of all this, that's kind of clever. I mean, it's not on Saikuno's level, but it's pretty good.
Secure yourself a fucking Uber home.
Yeah.
And he goes, I mean, I can, but like, I just rather you do it. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm going home. Like, I'm driving myself home. I'm not going downtown. And he goes, well, shit, you might as well just drive me back to your place too then.
It's so embarrassing. Why would you post this? She's posting it so she can embarrass him and make him look.
She's posting it because she fucked up and she knows she fucked up. Based on her demeanor, how she's laughing after every third sentence, she's in between. And I think that this is kind of fucked up for him to do as well. She's in between laughing and crying. Because if she had managed to pull something off with this guy, she would have been set, right? Obviously. But the thing is like, she's mad because she almost got played. She didn't get played. She was able to avoid the player. And good on her. But the problem isn't that you did that. The problem is that you decided to air out your dirty laundry all over the internet. That's the problem.
Driving myself home. I'm not going downtown. And he goes, well, shit, you might as well just drive me back to your place too then.
It's so embarrassing. Why would you post this? She's posting it so she can embarrass him and make him look bad.
This man fully expected to fuck.
Yeah, that's why he picked you. He didn't go and pick out a 9 or a 10. He decided to go with an easy, for sure thing. It didn't work. I bet usually it works. This time it didn't work. That's the way it is.
And you know what? He'll be back on Instagram or however he found her next week doing the exact same thing without a care in the world. And you know what? There will be another girl that is more than willing to do it that either doesn't know what's going on or just wants that D. You know what I'm saying? That's just all there is to it. When you sit here and do this, it's the same thing with Saikuno. Whenever Saikuno got caught, he was found the next day after all the drama in the same fucking position that got him into that position that he was in. Talking to a girl in the middle of public, acting like nothing ever happened.
One singular coffee date. So then at the end, he hugs me goodbye. I go, man, you better start walking. You got a long walk ahead of you. He's like, yeah, you're fucking right about that. So then I left. Honestly, that was the exact date that I had expected. I'm actually impressed that my intuition was as accurate as it was because that
You're so smart.
This was for the plot, but it was exactly what I anticipated.
You're so smart.
That was fucking incredible. That was hilarious.
I think this girl was talking to him and she thought that she had a chance. He's a successful...
That's exactly what I said, too. That's exactly what I said earlier in this video. That's exactly what I said.
Probably good-looking, in shape guy. Dude's 6'3". He's a multi-millionaire. Okay, so that's like me. I'm 6'3". I'm a multi-million... Okay, all right. He's better looking than I am. He's in shape.
I mean... Let's be honest here. If it wasn't for the fucked up hairline and the rotten teeth, I mean, shit.
Fuck. Why all the moaning about it? Bitch has nothing better to do. So the reason why she did
It's
this,
because she thought that she had a chance. She thought that she was that 10, but you're not.
is because her ego got bruised. She thought that she was special. Yes, she
Yeah.
thought that she was special. She found out that she wasn't special. And in order to protect her ego, she had to go out and say all this negative stuff about him. You know, like Aaron.
And you know, to be completely frank, I think he dodged a bullet with this one. I do. I think he dodged a big bullet with this one. She strikes me as the person that you have to pour hot sauce in the condoms for. That honestly, straight up. If she's sitting there airing this out on the internet like this, just imagine if he had gotten into a relationship with her and she was acting this crazy while they were in the relationship.
Out his
even if it was just supposed to be like a one-night stand, he dodged such a massive bullet.
Fours on Tinder are no longer layups for 6'3" millionaire pro athletes.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but they still are. I mean, they still are. There's too many women that are willing to do it for the money. Like, I'm sorry, dude.
And by the way, he wasn't rude. He didn't do anything weird.
He was very, based on what she said, he was very respectful. He tried to be romantic. He tried to, he tried to be a player. Let's be honest here. His game was off that day. But, he wasn't handsy. He wasn't forceful. He was very polite, very respectful, and to be quite frank, W. He did everything right, and I don't really see anything wrong. I don't. I just don't.
Touch her inappropriately.
He didn't say that he would give her money. He didn't say that he'd give her fame. He didn't bribe her. So.
Even press her at all. He just simply took no for an answer, and he said, okay, understandable, have a nice day. Even when this guy follows every protocol, he still gets named, shamed, and brought up on social media. Fellas, you're competing with Major League Baseball players for the average-looking woman. If it's this bad for millionaire athletes, imagine how bad it is for the average man.
Man, there it is, huh? There it is.
I'm wearing a frown right now, and I know it doesn't look good on me. I don't like to frown, but sometimes I can't help it.
This is Nyx. She has a crazy order. I want a double butterburger. 2 of those, please. Family-sized curds, a large chocolate custard, concrete mixers. There you go. With that's chocolate ice cream or the chocolate custard, and Oreos and cheesecake.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Be $45.79. I'm a content creator. I don't know if you've heard of me before.
Ain't nobody give a fuck, man. Nobody gives a shit. Not a single human being give 2 shits and 1 fuck. You want to get a discount? Become a veteran or go become a firefighter.
I'm sure you have. No, unfortunately, I haven't heard of you. Sorry.
At first, I just thought this was rage bait. I kind of wrote it off as being too on the nose, too obvious that it was on purpose. Rage bait has become like a staple on Twitter and TikTok specifically because it's super effective at engagement farming. But then I took a deeper look at his page, watched a few videos on there, and I'm pretty sure he's just genuinely an asshole. This is just who he is. He has this self-importance about him now because he has a following, and he tries to spin a couple of these things positively, like, I give this food away to homeless people, which is another thing that a lot of TikTok douchebags try to do to deflect criticism. How dare you insult my cringe and my bad attitude and being obnoxious and annoying.
Start putting scales in fast food locations and charging more depending on... Oh, dude, that's kind of smart. What if, like, you had, like, a body mass index? Now, this would be a great way to make people lose weight, honestly. Like, you have a BMI scale, right? And what you do is, like, every pound that you're over, like, if you're, I don't know what the BMI is for somebody that's 5'5", right? But every pound that you're over the average weight for a 5'5" male adult is like 25 cents onto your meal. Boy, I bet they'd have a whole lot of people losing a lot of weight really quick.
And disruptive to employees.
Honestly, we should have something like that. And then while we're at it, We need to go on and pass a whole bunch of laws to get a lot of the fucking garbage that we have that's in our food out of our food, all these fucking chemicals.
These fast food establishments where I exploit them for my content and belittle them. Didn't you know that I gave this homeless guy a soda once? It's such a cringe tactic that they try to do. It's not actually because they're trying to do good in the world or help somebody. It's just so they can use it as a shield to deflect criticism. So I don't think that this is rage bait on purpose. He marches into so many fast food places like fucking Bubble Bass and just causes like a stir and just tries to make a spectacle out of things. At times, well, I'll show you in a second, he even goes back and like directly confronts a worker because he wasn't getting his order taken immediately.
So, man, if you go to a McDonald's and you go to a McDonald's to buy a salad, you might as well just stay the fuck home and eat the grass out on the front lawn, man. I'm sorry. If I go to a McDonald's, I want some fucking French fries. I want a burger or maybe some nuggies. I don't want no goddamn salad, man. I could stay at home and cold the fucking grass outside if
upon getting in there, they didn't roll
I could
out
stay
the
my
fucking
ass
red
home and get
carpet
that.
and have pyrotechnics going off to celebrate his arrival to this fast food place. It's so fucking embarrassing.
Just me being here is like huge exposure for you, for the company. So let's make a deal. Do you really?
What? Bro, you ain't gonna give no exposure to the company. It's McDonald's. Or wait, what the hell is this? This is not a McDonald's. What the fuck is this place?
Expect me to pay full price?
Unfortunately, I can't give you a discount. Sorry.
Caesars?
Okay.
You're good, John.
I follow him on Instagram. Like I see his videos and stuff, and like how he's inspired me through like weight loss.
I don't know how he's inspired anyone to do.
I was gonna say, dude, like he over there ordering all that ice cream and shit. Hey, no way.
Anything other than just turn off their phone for the day from this unbearable, insufferable cringe that he produces. But I mean, it's great that he somehow had a positive impact on that guy when it comes to weight loss, but why should that entitle him to pay less for his food? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why does he get special privileges just because he posts some shit on TikTok and Instagram that has nothing to do with the order that's being placed here? I don't even understand why he's trying to haggle with them in the first place. Why is he putting up a big stink about paying full price for this meal for a guest that he brought in? His videos always follow the same formula, like 99% of the time. He brings in another overweight person and says, "This is what I ate at 600 pounds. It's crazy." Then they go in, place a huge order.
Well, like in other countries, they have like a sugar tax where you pay like almost double the amount if you get like a candy bar or something. How does the sugar tax work in other countries?
Usually work by adding a tax to sugary drinks, which raises the price. These taxes are either volume-based, a flat tax per ounce or liter, or tiered, where the tax rate changes based on the sugar content.
Yeah, like that's what they should be doing. They should also stop adding sugar into every fucking thing.
And they sit down and have a yap
Sugar is
session.
a drug, man. It's just like coffee or marijuana. Sugar is highly addictive to people, to humans. Highly addictive. And they put it in there like it's nothing.
Which is usually just him flirting with the guest. It's
Causes
fucking
diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of shit, dude, that's linked to sugar. Like, dude,
miserable to watch.
Decreased brain activity even. Like, sugar's just bad for you. Coffee's bad for you too. It's no different. I don't understand how you can just go to you hear people crying about like hold on, let me see. How addictive is sugar? Why isn't it talking? Sugar
can be addictive, triggering dopamine release, cravings, and withdrawal symptoms, similar to drugs. While not a clinical substance abuse, eating sugar activates the brain's reward centers. To manage cravings, try replacing them with activities like exercise or listening to music.
It's just as addictive as any drug, and it even has withdrawals. Like,
I'd rather watch someone
it's no
steal my
different.
car than watch
Why
him
is it
flirt
in
with
every fucking thing we eat?
Or people, but that is usually how it goes. Why is he now having an issue paying for that meal? It's the entire like bread and butter of his fucking content. It's so cringe, and this is why I thought it was rage bait initially, because he is actually going through like the bullet point checklist of a douchebag.
But black coffee changes the pH of your brain. A lot of y'all don't know that. Coffee changes the pH of your brain. It also can, it hurts your ability to lose weight as well. Y'all don't know that either, do y'all? Whenever I was training in the academy and whenever I got my job, everybody drank coffee, but they tell you the first day of the academy not to drink it. Stop drinking it. And you know why? I actually had to stop drinking it because it would make my chest tighten whenever I would do the mile and a half. Whenever I'd run the mile and a half, it would make my chest tighten. And then I stopped drinking it. I was able to breathe. I was able to do way more. I had a friend that she drank so much coffee that it gave her a seizure, and she stopped drinking it, and she never had to worry about it again. They told her she had to stop doing it. Straight up.
Influencer that everyone spits on and throws tomatoes at. Oh, just my presence being here is great exposure for you and the business. The business being Culver's, it's doing just fine without you. It's a massive business. It is also one of my favorite fast food establishments. So him going in there with this kind of behavior, besmirching the good name of Culver's, already sickens me to my core. So he goes in there, disrespects this holy ground, and just hits all of the buzzwords, goes down the checklist of shit people hate from specimen like this that have this self-entitled attitude because they have followers online. And then he just goes through it one by one. Oh, exposure for you, exposure for the business is huge. My presence here, you're so lucky. What a privilege you get to take my order, that kind of thing. And it just feels like it's on purpose. But again, after looking more into him, I think he is just this much of a douchebag.
I'm inspiring, Michelle. Let's work together here.
You can give me a 10% discount.
This is really what you're giving me?
I eat this every time. There's a reason, I mean...
Alrighty.
You want a drink?
Huh? No, I don't eat this poison anymore.
They just gave you a 10% discount and you're just right in front of them.
That's crazy. Did all that to get a 10% discount, and he's not even going to eat it.
I'm calling it all poison. Very classy.
Don't you just love it?
So they do eventually just concede. They don't want to deal with this man-child anymore. They just say, all right, here's 10%, and then he hits a little shimmy. He just gets so gleeful, which is over the top and performative for the sake of the spectacle, the fucking circus that he's putting on here, where he's the main.
Does, like...
I talk to...
He's the man behind the camera. Don't speak to Santiago.
Them.
Huh? Oh, them, of course.
Do not talk to the... I talk to the camera all the time.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're not talking to the cameraman. He's not human to us.
No, he's just a tripod.
We're on the same page here. So forget Santiago.
Forget Santiago. Who's he?
Nobody.
This is something I've been making a habit on calling out, and I'm going... I kind of feel like that... I'm sorry, I don't really see anything wrong with that, and here's... Let me explain to you why. It kind of sounds to me like they're really good friends, so they're just kind of, poking fun at him. That's kind of what this looks like to me. Like, it's that insider joke kind of thing. I don't know this content creator. I'm not gonna make any... it's unprofessional to do that because you could get backlash for it, sure. But at the same time, if you're just joking around, like IRL, you're probably gonna say some jokes that just don't stick with the people watching. Because you're comfortable, you're doing your own thing. So I could see why that would be problematic. But
yes, I'm a bigger man. Mm-hmm. You've noticed this.
I have.
Do you find me attractive?
I do. Oh, hi. Hello.
I want to serve you guys.
Thank you so much.
That's a lot of food. We're gonna get back to it later. I'm getting my Mac game on.
Gotcha.
You understand? Thumbs up. Shout out to Denise.
Yeah.
Now let's look at this food. Shredder, you was really eating this?
I won't torture you with their conversation, but this is how all of it goes, where he starts to activate the Riz. Sharingan online, Riz mode engaged. That kind of shit. It fucking sucks. I hate his voice too, by the way. His voice sounds like a fucking Ben 10 character.
You can't really change that, man. It can't really change his voice. I'm sorry, that's kind of fucked. He can't change his voice.
I just lost 50 pounds in 2 months.
He sounds like a very energetic, very fun person to be around. Sounds like he's trying to help other people lose weight. Other than the whole, trying to get a discount, I don't see anything wrong with this guy. I think that the discount was very like, what's the word, entitled. But other than that, I don't really, because like whenever you looked at this part here where he gets the food, right? And he's like, oh yeah, look at all this stuff. Ha 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 ha. You eat all this in a sitting. It looks kind of like what he's doing here is this is what she used to eat. And, like kind of like a before and now comparison. Like if you stop eating so much food, your stomach shrinks. So maybe or maybe this is the start of her weight loss journey. Who knows? But I don't know. This kind of a flop for Charlie. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know if this guy's a nuisance streamer, but just based on this video, I don't know, man.
Deal. Yeah, Jamba Juice when I was over 600 pounds. It was crazy. Let's check it out. Alright guys, today we are at the legendary Jamba Juice. I actually have a Jamba Juice song. Jamba Juice, juice, juice. Jamba Juice, juice, juice. Jamba Juice, juice, juice. Jamba Juice. Do that anymore? I just order the food and give it away. Let's see what I used to get. Sure do wish I could get some service.
Honestly, that's what's up. Honestly, that's pretty badass. So he just orders the food and gives it away. Why? Why, is there something that I'm missing here? Why is Charlie
huge baby shark?
Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a huge fucking problem, man. Hold on, wait a minute.
Awesome stuff, banger. And he goes on about like what he used to order, and now he just orders it and gives it.
I think that's a great way to help people out in your community. Like if you like want to actually help people, going to your local restaurant and just like paying for everybody's food for the day. I mean, that's kind of cool.
Way.
I kind of like that. I never would have thought of that. I kind of like that idea
because he's not getting any service.
I don't really like trust charities like that anymore. Like whenever I was growing up, like I was told all the time, oh, you got to invest in charities. But like whenever my mom reached out to a lot of the charities just to afford like Christmas for me, and I had to get the news broken to me that Santa Claus didn't exist because she couldn't afford Christmas, I kind of lost all faith in like charities. Like if you want to help your community, then go down into the community itself and ask people if they need their rent paid, if they want a check, if they want like any kind of money or something, like they want gas, they want gas in their car, pay for their insurance for the month or something. I don't know. But like I just don't like I've seen a lot of money being filtered through these charities. How is it that we've have the cancer charity for like 50 years and we still don't have a cure for cancer? Like walk into instead of donating to a cancer charity, why don't you just go into the hospital and pay for somebody's cancer treatment? Like why don't you do that instead? Stroll up in there and be like, hey, I want to pay for this area. Give me all their obviously don't violate HIPAA, but just be like, I want to pay for whoever I can that cannot afford it in this hospital when it comes to cancer. Hell, even just like standard healthcare, like just paying for somebody's bill. Like you would do way more good doing that than you ever would, in my opinion, donating to a charity. Like, I'm sorry, but
Buster, you are literally leaning on the kiosk that says to order and pay there. Holy shit, you dummy. And I bet it had only been like 45 seconds of him standing there, and then he immediately just gets rammed.
Yeah, I don't agree with this. There's no reason why this guy should have went behind that counter, period.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I was just wondering if you could take my order.
Yeah, but I'm doing it, so you gotta wait. Like,
all right, yeah, no, I'll wait.
Nah, but what you, like, can't be walking back here.
All right, bro, I'll go back over there. I do it whenever I'm not getting my order, man. I'm doing it whenever I'm not getting my order. I literally was just telling you I'm up here waiting. But I'm over here now, we good.
You slimy greaseball. He goes back there with the cameraman.
That's fucked.
Dog.
That's fucked. Nah, dude, you shouldn't be going. Like, this is the reason why they have like the locked door with the big bulletproof case. So now, like, it's because of people like this, man.
I'm back over here. We good. Got his attention. Oh, we can order on the pad, bro? Oh, okay. My bad, man. It's just you working, bro? Yeah, I feel you. Clearly hates his job. I just made his job more difficult. Kinda feel like a jerk. Kinda don't care.
You're so tough, man. Holy shit, bro just doesn't care that he made his job.
In my drink if he wants to, alright? I was thinking, like, he seems pretty peeved. He might want to spit in my drink or something like that. If he spits in my drink, I'm not drinking it. You feel me? But maybe I shouldn't give it to a homeless person. Maybe I skip that this time. I think maybe. This is the chocolate waffle, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a ball. Sorry.
Nah, it's cool. My order was wrong. Am I gonna make a fuss about this? No, because I've already done way too much in this establishment. I'm glad I'm not the old Will Kelly.
True, we're all thankful you're not the old Will. Because, the establishment wouldn't have survived. He would have burnt this bitch to the ground. He would have completely...
I think that there are some points on this that Charlie is, like, not really the best at. And there are other points where it's kind of deserved that he gets his ass chewed out. But, like, man, that is just a clusterfuck. I mean, the guy shouldn't be walking behind the counters for sure. And expecting to get, like, a discount is crazy. That's crazy to me.
Man stabbed an 18-year-old university student to death with an 8-inch ceremonial knife after claiming he had been racially abused. After he was stabbed, Mr. Nowak tried to climb a fence to escape. The police were called to the scene but arrested Mr. Nowak after Diwa said that he had been racially abused. So they handcuffed the guy. They handcuffed the guy that got stabbed? Is this real?
Are you fucking kidding me? That's insane.
So they handcuffed the guy. They handcuffed the guy that got stabbed? Is this real?
This 18-year-old boy called Henry Novak drowned in his own blood while he lay handcuffed and passed out on the street. He was...
Damn, they do it to that, but not terrorists? That's crazy. Man, that sure is something, ain't it?
Stabbed multiple times
oh
by a
my
man
God.
called Vikram Digwa, 23, with an 8-inch Sikh ceremonial...
That is insane.
What the fuck?
Henry tries to escape. He climbs a bin, fence, and car. He leaves a trail of blood.
What
a
the
video
fuck?
taken by Digwa, the Sikh, shows Henry climbing while Digwa comments on the scene. Digwa tells arriving police that Henry had racially assaulted him. He claimed Henry knocked off his turban in a drunken racist attack.
Right, and then he stabbed him a bunch of
Henry
times.
had drank less than the legal limit to go driving.
So that's not even true then.
So he wasn't even drunk. That is... So you mean to tell me they handcuffed this dude, he bled to death, and they took that dude's side over the guy that had been stabbed? What the fuck?
They checked his blood.
The officers on site come and they handcuff Henry, who's bleeding out, believing him the aggressor based on Digwa's accusations. Henry collapses unconscious while handcuffed. So you had this Indian Sikh stab Henry with his religious knife that for some reason these Indians are allowed to carry. When police arrive...
Why do they let him carry the knives? Sikhs are allowed to carry huge knives because of their religion?
Fuck their religion. If it's illegal to have a weapon in that country, then they don't get one.
Pretends he hadn't stabbed him. He cuts his own face, and his mother hides the...
Wait, they didn't call an ambulance. Instead, they tried to hide evidence and pretend Henry had attacked him. Digwa had slashed his own cheek. Prosecution says he knew what he had done, and he didn't call an ambulance.
Holy shit. See, we was talking about this yesterday.
Digwa's mother allegedly...
Is it really a form of assimilation whenever you don't allow the people to get abortions and then you import all these people that end up, raping the women and you allow them to kill the innocent people that really haven't even done anything wrong? And then the police show up and the first person they fucking handcuff because racism was dropped in there is the guy that's literally been stabbed and is bleeding to death. Is it really a form of... Is it migration or is it colonization? That's really the question here. For some odd reason, I think we all know what it is.
Filmed removing the knife from the scene and taking it to the family home. Henry's phone is found in Digwa's pocket. Okay. Sikh religion allows them to carry a blade, which is ironic. Well, that's retarded.
The police, based on that testimony, handcuff Henry while he bleeds out and dies in his own blood.
Well, then
while Digwa accused Henry of racism and pretending that he never stabbed him.
This is awful. It's an 8-inch knife, right? That's like this big, right? I mean, that's pretty fucking big. So this is the guy that got stabbed. Just a regular ass guy. Bro, all the Sikhs carry these knives. I mean, like, this is my opinion. I don't think that you should have a religious exemption for carrying a knife. They should be able to carry.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree with that. If your religion allows you to carry a knife in a country where you're not allowed to have weapons like that, then maybe your culture just doesn't assimilate with Western culture or whatever culture you're in that doesn't allow you to have a weapon. I'm sorry, but if your religion says that you get to have an AK-47 and shoot up churches, you might not want to believe in that religion or let it assimilate with your country. That seems like it might be a fucking problem. Like, how is it so complicated? Like, hello?
But, like, if they have some sort of exclusive privilege that they can carry a knife, but nobody else can, that's retarded. So let me go back. I'll look at this here. 911 call. Digwa's brother was saying, we just been attacked by someone racially. Jurors have now been shown 2 more videos taken in the aftermath. Digwa was heard saying, no one stabbed you, bro. A second video played to the court. Digwa's father can be heard in saying, he's pretending. Now he's trying to get up and going to leave. Yeah, probably because he got stabbed. How did the wallet end up in his pocket? Why is the mom stealing evidence away from the fucking the phone? Sorry, it's the phone that ended up in his pocket. And you have this for everybody else. Let me see here.
Let's go, Mr. Nice Guy 98.
Breaking news. The government has banned ninja sword.
They don't need to ban ninja swords. They need to ban the ninjas. That's the real problem. Because if they don't have ninja swords, they're going to use other swords. They want to ban kitchen knives too? Kitchen knives could be seized from homes under crackdown on dangerous weapons. I think.
So they literally. So you mean to tell me? Hold on. Who was it that was saying? We got to get a whole bunch of people are like, we got to get rid of guns. We got to get rid of guns. At what point are you using a plastic knife to cut a steak? Like, hello? Kitchen knives could be seized from homes under crackdown on dangerous weapons. Kitchen knives. We padding the whole world for a bunch of fucking crazy people that they don't want to put in jail. That is insane. It kind of feels like they're doing it on purpose. What better way to get Americans' guns taken away than not to put the people that need to be in padded rooms into padded rooms where they belong? Well, you got to get rid of all the guns. Okay, well, now you got people running around with katanas and knives stabbing people. Well, now we got to get rid of that too. Okay, well, now we got people beating the hell out of each other. Like, what the fuck? Like,
knives could be seized from homes under crackdown on...
What's next? Rocks? We gonna take rocks and bricks away from people?
Dangerous weapons. I think we have a bit of a problem. That is a bit of a problem. Oh my god.
What is this?
18-year-old Henry Nowak had his whole life ahead.
Bro, he was 18. He was fucking 18. 18 years old. And his whole life had been snapped up, bro. Just like that. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. And then they tried to act like it was his fault. That is fucking crazy, dude. Let's talk about who does most of the mass casualty violence. I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, if you try to look up a statistic for, like, let's do Africa, for example. Well, they don't really do a statistic for that, because if they did, then it would kind of make every other country look bad for trying to advocate for them.
Ahead of him when he went for a night out with his friends in Southampton. Walking home at around 11 p.m.
Oh, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. I'm here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Check out that channel membership. Make sure y'all are hyping the videos. If you drop jewels into the chat, if y'all do the jewels, y'all get more people in here that we can make fun of and ban up out of here. And yeah, So W chat, don't forget to hit them jewels, man. Don't forget to hit them jewels, please.
Southampton just sounds like a
Yes,
place
please
like
sub to the channel.
you're going to get mugged by people with change and
Oh,
consumer
we also
habits.
have a Discord as well. Feel free to join the Discord.
Good spirits as he exchanged messages on Snapchat. Then he encountered 20.
Ooh, Snapchat though. Guy's a hoe. We all.
Do we have? It's this one? Yes. Check out his channel as well. Let me get that channel link. There we go. Check out that channel link. That's the guy that made the video that Tectone is looking at. Boom. So if y'all like it, then check it. Oh, shoot.
No innocent human being uses Snapchat.
3-year-old Vikram Digwa caught on camera saying, "I am a bad man." Digwa whipped out an 8-inch Shastar knife.
What?
Digwa then viciously
So this was all recorded. So they recorded everything.
attacked Henry, aggressively pursuing him as he desperately tried to flee, leaving a literal trail of blood. Police were then called to the scene. Now, if you haven't seen this story already, try to guess what the police did when they arrived. Go on, have a go. Crazy.
Okay, so a guy gets stabbed and he's running away and he's bleeding. Well, I assume that they helped him and then captured the criminal and put him in jail.
You would think, wouldn't you, Tectone? You would think. Damn it, Tectone. It's my spot. It's my spot, asshole. It's my spot. Stop taking my spot. It's my spot. Dick.
And carrying an 8-inch blade. Victim bleeding out. What's the first thing the police did? Well, obviously, they arrested Henry for being racist.
What?
Yeah. That's what they did. Police were called to the scene but arrested Mr. Nowak after Digwa claimed he had been racially abused.
Who the fuck cares? That's what really blows my mind about this. Is like, if somebody's bleeding, even here in America, like, dude, you gotta get that dude some help. They never once called the ambulance either. Like, they never called for actual EMTs or paramedics. Yeah, let the bro sit there and bleed to death.
Less than the legal drink drive limit, and the incident was captured on Henry's phone, which was later found in Digwa's pocket. It shows no evidence of Henry saying anything racist, as if that was an excuse to stab him 4 times.
I'm sorry, if you're a black person and you get called an N-word, that's not your excuse to be allowed to go kill somebody. Listen, man, it's just not. You can't just kill someone over words.
Well, the issue isn't that it was he's trying to use the example of like an African American. The issue isn't that it wasn't the issue with this is that this individual came from a country where if you get called names, you have literal blood wars. Okay? Maybe they just can't assimilate with Western culture. Like, at what point are they like, look, the Epstein files are their marriage records. Maybe we shouldn't allow these people to come here, huh? Like, come on, guys.
If he calls you an N-word, then you call him a slur back, okay? You don't just go stab them and kill them and...
The issue is that this guy didn't say that because he was offended. He said it because he wanted to kill somebody, and he practically almost got away with it. He did kill the guy, but...
This is crazy that this is even a conversation.
Anyway. And a later conversation between Digwa and his brother revealed that Digwa admitted to stabbing him but made no mention of any racism. But wait, because believe it or not, it gets even more ridiculous. Under UK law, obviously, it's illegal to be carrying around an 8-inch knife in public. Unless... you're a brown Sikh man. In the UK, Sikhs are legally permitted to carry a kirpan knife in public as it is protected under religious...
Why? 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 How does that make any sense?
Exemption laws. Under this
Are we really living in a world where races are allowed to carry certain deadly weapons just because of their skin color?
Yeah.
How is the world this retarded?
Exemption, the blade
It's this retarded because we've never faced anything quite like this before. That's why.
Can be up to 9 inches in
It
length.
should just be common sense, but there are so many people with their heads up their ass that, you know.
Really? Women are...
Well, it's actually my religion to carry around an AK-47, officer.
Yo, based! Oh my god, I said the same fucking thing. It's part of your religion to carry around an AK-47 and shoot up a church once a week. Like, hello? Come on, man.
Well, it's actually my religion to go and kill children, officer. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, then. I don't want to be transphobic. I don't want to be Islamophobic. Oh, okay. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Around a 9-inch 5 the dexterity. Holy
Yo, look at the size of that.
Asked his mother to take the knife, which was later found at his home among an arsenal of weapons. An arsenal I'm surely he just had for religious reasons or whatever. Now get a load of what Digwa's defense barrister said. Mr. Wainwright, Casey, said, was Vikram Digwa carrying a knife or carrying, for legitimate religious purposes, a Kirpan dagger for religious reasons? Totally legitimate purposes. The fact that his victim's blood and fatty tissue was found...
What the fuck would you need a dagger for like a religious reason? Bro, the only time I've ever seen a dagger for a religious reason, if you're doing like human sacrifices or some shit like that. The hell you need a dagger for?
On it. Well, does that really matter? They're actually claiming Digwa acted in self-defense because Henry might have said something racist.
That's what passes for self-defense. Is it the skin color? Is it the racial remark? What exactly made pulling out a knife and stabbing somebody like self-defense? How did you immediately come to that conclusion that in order to, to defend your honor? The Ayatollah felt the same way, and look how he turned out. Now he's resting in pieces. I mean, hello?
Prosecution say there was categorically not a racially motivated attack by Mr. Nowak, but have they made you sure of that with evidence? Was there a...
to be criminals. We got the two-tiered justice system as well, where people who are poor get charged with less for the same crime in case someone's wealthy. It's like, oh, okay, so if I'm poor and I have nothing go on in my life, I'll also be punished less if I commit the same crime? Oh, that's great. Then you got people like Carmelo Anthony, who literally stabbed a white... Carmelo Anthony's...
Yeah, the Carmelo Anthony incident where they were trying to say that... So... a twin had to hold another twin while he died in high school because he got stabbed in the fucking heart by a schizo over a chair. The defense was because it was for a fucking chair.
Black, by the way. We have a black kid like Carmelo Anthony who stabbed and killed a white man.
That's right.
$250,000 in bail for murder. And then we have Chud the Builder who shot a guy, didn't kill him, and now his bail is $1.25 million. I'm sorry, guys, that makes no sense.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Used his Kirpan? Or was he acting in the heat of the moment in self-defense? He stabbed
I'm sorry, but like, the whole well, it's because he's a minor argument goes out the window whenever you kill somebody. I'm sorry, but if you can mentally put together stabbing somebody in the heart to justify something as a teenager, you should be in the big boy box because the little boy box doesn't quite suit the crime. I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that.
4 times puncturing his lung. Acting in self-defense against what? Mean words. Which
I don't think y'all realize how much strength and exertion it takes to stab somebody. It takes a lot of it. It's very tiring to stab somebody. It is not a simple thing to do.
and his brother at the time realized they were
Not
dealing
to slice somebody, to stab somebody.
with a dying man. Yeah, the massive trail of blood might have been a clue. Or was their anger generated by someone who was drunk, who had racially attacked them, and they weren't aware of the extent of those injuries? Again, as if alleged unpleasant words justify stabbing someone 4 times. Then lying about it to the police. So they arrest the guy who's literally dying for being racist. Same Hampshire police suspect, because
We're Whoa! What the?
It doesn't just affect the person who's
video
had to deal with young people.
Accused him of being racist. Same police force that published this knife crime awareness training video.
I've had to deal with young people losing their lives through knife crime. It doesn't just affect the person who's been killed. It strongly affects the person who's actually carried out that, who's killed somebody.
Yeah, well,
and you know what I say to that? Fuck them. If you stab somebody and it's not an actual self-defense, fuck them.
Someone think of the poor.
No one should care about what they think or feel. No one should. No one should ever. I don't care about that. Do you care about what was it, like Ted Bundy or some shit like that? One of the worst criminals that have ever been arrested. Like,
some of the most notorious criminals.
Do you care about Ted Bundy, Jefferson Dahmer, Timothy McVeigh? Do you care about any of them? No. Why the fuck should you? Like, hello?
Murderer? We're Whoa! What the? That made my brain short circuit. We're trying to garner empathy for murderers.
Or murderer. Maybe someone said something racist. Don't forget to immediately arrest the victim for the good of diversity. You know, just in case. Add what happened to Henry Nowak to the ever-growing list of examples where so-called anti-racism leads to actual real-world harm. The Mannheim attack, where the police officer who rushed in to arrest a German anti-Islam activist was immediately stabbed in the neck by an Afghan Islamist. The Nottingham killer, who wasn't sectioned because he was black. The entire group...
Holy shit.
Hey, I'm gonna be real.
And y'all wonder why the UK march was so damn big? That's the reason why, right there.
Guys, like...
It sounds to me like UK is done with this shit.
Listen, this has nothing to do with the fact that he's black.
It has to do with the fact that he fucking stabbed or hurt somebody. Dude, I don't care about your fucking skin color. If you commit a crime, it's time for you to be put in a fucking box. Straight up. It's time for you to be put in the box. That's where you need to be. In the fucking box. No exception. In the box. It's ridiculous, man. It's actually ridiculous.
Shooting at the Islamic Center of San Diego. There is an active shooter report there. Again, this is video from just a few moments ago. Police are asking people to avoid that area completely. This is happening just east of Mission Bay. It appears there's at least one casualty. We are working to get more information on this.
Yeah.
Now, there also might be a special report from ABC News. If that happens, we're going to bring that to you. We'll keep the images of the...
See, if this was the UK, they'd be arresting the kids.
Fire in Simi Valley on the screen.
I'm sorry. This is serious. I'm sorry.
Again,
let
me
take a step back.
Report
I'm sorry.
Of a shooting at
3 adults
an
died.
Islamic Center of San Diego, which is Claremont, 20 minutes north of downtown. Now, one of the things that we're going to tell you about as well.
It's already over. 3 dead suspects.
If you have
2 killed themselves.
Or you know of somebody that might be going to San Diego today. The Dodgers are playing in San Diego. Petco
Bro, ain't nobody
Field
care about
is
that
in
shit.
Downtown San Diego. Claremont is 20 minutes north of downtown. So just to give
2
you
suspects,
an idea,
not 3.
if you know of someone who might be
terrible to see.
Not another fucking retard that they're gonna drag out and do this. Yeah. And it's so sad. I mean, I think it's obviously really bad. A security guard was killed. Oh, shit. So 3 people were killed, and they killed 1 security guard, and then they ended up killing themselves. Holy shit. President Trump has been briefed. What the fuck,
Going
man?
around shooting up places, man. Get the fuck out of here.
That's awful. Yeah, I don't even know what 5 total. Wait, 5 total people were killed?
Damn.
Oh my god. Necessarily just because something like if a mosque gets attacked, for example, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's somebody from like a different religion. It could be somebody that's unhappy with it.
I think that if it's somebody from a different religion, I think that the argument stands pretty strong that they're bringing their blood war here. Straight up. I mean, it does. It stands pretty damn strong. That's what I think. I think that if they've got this issue in, for example, I think it was like a Muslim school. If they've got enemies in their own country that are the same like race and ethnicity that, you know, shot this school up, it's obvious what's going on here.
That religion. I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't think anybody knows what happened. So, reports that are the kids left an anti-Muslim sewer slide note. I don't even know what that means.
Fuck.
They said they found a suicide note and hate speeding. Law enforcement says.
Shooting,
what
law
does it
enforcement
say?
officials say
about racial
one
pride.
suspect today's shooting in San Diego, suicide note, blah 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 blah. Racial pride, writing about racial pride. Multiple law enforcement officials debriefed.
In Israel. Rip victims. I hope the suspects burn. I mean, they're dead, right? I mean, the reason why shooters do all of this stuff is because
they're crazy.
I would be okay if they had.
They're
a law.
crazy unless they're from a terroristic organization, and then they're doing it on purpose.
Is that basically inside of American media, they plaster a person's manifesto, all the photos of them. This is from a
Islamic Center in San Diego, the largest mosque in San Diego and located in the heart of Claremont, California, was the scene of an active shooter incident today. A passionate denounced violence occurred today.
This is from a long time ago.
Treating this as a hate crime until it's not, is how the police chief described it. But we're getting these critical new details about the alleged suspects in this incident. Multiple law enforcement sources tell CNN that one of the suspects in the shooting took a firearm from their parents' home, left a suicide note that contained writings about racial pride.
This scene back together again. I have some updated information. Okay. That I want to make sure everybody has. At about 9:42 this morning, we received a call of a runaway juvenile.
Yeah.
After speaking with the mom began to piece together bits and pieces of information over an extended period of time. The information that she was gathering and conveying to us began to elevate the threat level that we were perceiving with this information. She believed her son was suicidal, and she began to share information that several of her weapons were missing.
Well, that's pretty bad.
Her vehicle was missing, in addition to her son. She also said that her son was with a companion. And that...
Come on, man, spit it the hell out.
And that is not consistent with what we would typically see from somebody that is suicidal. We had and utilized the technology we have available to us. Our license plate readers was at the top of that list. We began to have... we noted that there were hits with the vehicle down in Fashion Valley. We dispatched officers into the area of the mall as a possible location that high school. We alerted school police department, and we dispatched officers into the area of Madison High School.
Okay.
On where these individuals were at.
Okay.
Officers were in the area, still talking with mom, trying to piece together where they might be, the locations that she felt that they would be at. And that was just a few blocks away. Those officers, once they heard what was happening at the Islamic Center, immediately dispatched themselves to the mosque. And just to recap what we talked about earlier, when officers arrived on scene, they came across, in some form or fashion, 3 deceased individuals, victims. One was a security guard at the center.
Oh, the other 2.
Was he the big guy? Yes, ma'am.
Not everything is part of a grand conspiracy, you know.
And it's an unfortunate reality of the world we live in today, associated with the larger picture of today's events. They're not
or anything. I mean, in my opinion, this is the same thing I've said before about, like, I think it was a trans shooter or something like that, is that when you go into a school full of young children to kill them, your reasoning, I don't think really matters.
you're just crazy. You're just fucking crazy. I mean, it really sucks to hear that, but at least they're dead, you know? Like, at least the fucking... the schizos that tried to do this, they're fucking dead. We don't have to sit here and fuck around with them in court and do all this other stupid shit for fucking months. Just, like, we all, like... You know, like, rest in piss, you won't be missed. Enjoy jumping over hot coals in hell. I feel like this was yesterday. I feel like there's going to be new information about this. That's kind of why I was skimming through it like I was doing. There should be new information about this, right? Oh, what is this?
Meanwhile, FBI Director Kash Patel touting his takedown of an Iraqi national accused of carrying out and plotting nearly 20 terror attacks across Europe and Canada, including
Get fucked, loser.
Plans to blow up a Manhattan synagogue. The arrest underscoring concerns about how Iran-backed terror networks could threaten Americans here at home as it reignites
we already knew. We already knew that it was. The second that we bombed Iran, they had those 2 clowns up in New York that threw those bombs at police. They had the 2 shootings. One of them was in an Austin bar with a guy that had a hoodie that said "Praise Allah" or Allah, whatever the fuck. And then a guy tried to ram into a school and ended up taking himself out through natural selection. Like
reauthorizing Pfizer's surveillance powers set to expire in just weeks. Now, the Wall Street Journal writing
How's it going, Janet?
We don't know if that foreign surveillance tool played a role in Mr. al-Sidi's arrest, but his alleged attempt to mobilize attacks in the U.S. from abroad is precisely what Section 702 is designed to help identify and prevent. Failure to reauthorize 702 or tie it down with warrant requirements endangers Americans. And I agree. Ryan Morrow is an expert, though, in extremist groups and foreign threats and the president of the Morrow Institute and joins us now. Ryan, first off, your thought about the 702 renewal. It hasn't happened yet, but people are spooked because it's been abused in the past.
Well, there have been reforms, and of all times to be messing around and trying to recalibrate the balance between privacy and security, I would say now is not the time to be.
There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be willing to give up more privacy for security. That's how it is. And you guys don't even realize that. Y'all have even advocated for it and y'all don't even realize. Whenever I say mobilize the army and mobilize the National Guard and put the country on lockdown and go through and get every single one of the illegals and the criminals up out of the houses, like door by door, same ideology, same mentality.
Messing with this. And for those of the people that don't know, this is about intercepting the communications of non-Americans outside the United States. But when you do that, you don't know necessarily if an American or someone in the U.S. is going to talk to them. And so when that happens, it gets recorded. It's not like we're going to turn it off. That'd be crazy.
So this guy in particular, so that's one reason to have a 7-2 authority. So one of the bin Laden sons picks up the phone and calls someone in San Diego. And you say, okay, who's he talking to? Yeah, it's an American. And yes, we're listening to that phone call, but we're doing it because a terrorist is contacting them. And therefore,
I think that if you're on a terrorist watch list, you shouldn't have any privacy, period. Like, what did you do to get put on that terrorist watch list?
we need to find, authorities need to find out what's going on there. So let's talk about
that communication too.
Yeah.
It doesn't even necessarily mean that then you're listening to everything that the guy who had the call with bin Laden's son, that hypothetical scenario, it doesn't necessarily mean that that guy then has everything recorded. It's just that communication.
Got it. So, Ryan, let's talk about this. You say one of the big takeaways is this Kataib Hezbollah group located in Iraq. We have not been bombing them. We have not been heavily focused on them, but we should be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Absolutely. Because there is a network of Iranian puppets, of militias that have long operated in Iraq. They actually are tied to political parties, and they help choose who will be the prime minister, for example.
Obviously.
But Iraq is not listed as a state sponsor of terrorism, which is it's probably something that should be fixed. Now, what's significant about this is that this huge network of Iranian proxies in Iraq has mostly been regionally focused.
I remember when this war first started. I remember whenever we first started bombing the shit out of Iran, it was, oh, what proxy terrorism? What proxy terrorism are you talking about? Bitch, there's one every single year for 50 fucking years. What, you thought that you was just going to be able to keep killing Americans and American soldiers and not have any repercussions? Bro, like, this has been one of the most embarrassing wars America's ever had to deal with. Between the AI, like, falsehood that they're trying to spin, between the nonsense that's going on with our own government and with the governments around the world, this has been the biggest fucking dumpster fire of a war that anyone has ever had to deal with. It is hilarious. It's actually funny.
Other branches of Iran,
you gotta laugh at it because you can't do nothing else with the motherfucker. I mean, let's be honest here.
Hamas, they are damaged. They're constantly
being
bombed.
W10 joules from Megabyte.
Whereas the network in Iraq, it gets bombed from time to time, but it's not under the constant pressure that Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis are under. So now Iran is unleashing them, and these are the results. We've done well so far, but keep in mind that the Iranian regime does have a network in the U.S. There are mosques.
By the way, if you donate the jewels, I don't really know how much the jewels are, but if you donate the jewels, it helps out get more viewership on the stream so we can pull people up and make fun of them. And by the way, if you're new here, please sub to the channel. Please make sure you hit like on the stream. We also have a Discord, so check out that Discord. There's chitter chatters up in there all the time. Duke Nukem loves all the friends and families that he's got now.
Schools that are in favor of the Iranian regime.
Sticks too.
In fact,
Sticks
I wrote
is up in there quite a bit, along with Rachel.
That is supportive of.
Oh, by the way, Rachel, I wanted to point you out specifically. W with that information about the March on Britain. I was one of the first reaction channels that covered it. W, Rachel.
Hezbollah, the Kataib
Oh, W10 joules from Magic Man. W Magic Man. Them jewels help get more viewerships if y'all are wondering why I brought up the jewels. That's why the jewels are, I've been advocating for them jewels ever since YouTube been cracking down and tightening up tightening down on that faucet. Man, my viewership going.
So what about this? This guy that we arrested with a smug look on his face as he brought into court, so no regrets, clearly. Yeah. He was reaching out to Mexican drug cartels.
I just wanted to give you my appreciation for that. Keep that up. Wherever you found that at, just keep that up.
So
straight up,
if a Mexican drug cartel acts, you'll go, well, that's not terrorism. That's just a bunch of drug lords shooting each other, and they got an American. But that's why they're tapping into these other terrorists that just do terror in a different way, but have the focus on hurting Americans, right?
Right. So they're looking for cutouts so that they can have deniability, and also they probably assume that we're watching any operatives that they're.
Well, they should. They should assume that we're watching them all the time. There we go. What is this?
And we begin with the latest on the deadly shooting spree at the largest mosque in San Diego, which is being investigated.
Have they even released who the shooter was yet? Who was the shooter that shot up at San Diego Mosque? They still don't know who the hell it is. They're probably not going to release that information because he was a teen. He's dead now, so they should release it.
As a possible hate crime.
You know, police say 2 teenage suspects stormed the Islamic Center, killing a security guard and 2 other people. The gunmen were later found dead at the scene.
Alex Hogan is live in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hi, Brian, Ainsley, and Lawrence. So at least 5 people are dead, including 2 gunmen at the Islamic Center of San Diego. This is in Claremont. Among the victims was a security guard at the center, and law enforcement are now praising him as a hero.
We do believe the security guard was able to help at least minimize the situation to the front area of the mosque. Until we know more, I don't want to speculate, but at this point, I think it's fair to say his actions were heroic.
Let's go, bestie.
And undoubtedly, he saved lives today.
Shots rang out at the center just before noon Pacific time yesterday.
I heard there was 3. I heard there's 2. I don't even know anymore how many shooters there are. I just Googled something and it said there were 2.
Because they were already searching for one of the suspects. At the time, they were using license plate reading technology. The teen's mom had actually called police about
So it was 3 adults killed and there were 2 teen suspects. Okay.
hours prior after seeing that some of her weapons were missing and finding a note from her teenage son.
She believed her son was suicidal.
Yo, W10 Jules for the thumbs up. W10 Jules.
And she began to share information that
the soccer dude.
Several of her weapons were missing.
Let's go.
Her son was with a companion. And that they were dressed in camo, and that is not consistent with what we would typically see from somebody that is suicidal. It's being investigated as a hate crime at this point. There was definitely hate rhetoric that was involved.
Law enforcement say the 2 teen suspects killed 3 people at the center before killing themselves a few blocks away in a vehicle. And what
you want to know something really, really, really interesting? Now, I'll point this out because I find it interesting. Over the past year, whenever these shootings would happen, you would immediately hear the race or the religion or something like that from these media outlets almost instantaneously. Why are they hiding the race or the religion? Usually that's the talking point. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I am very curious to know why that is. Very curious to know why that is. Usually they have this shit known by the next day when it comes to these school shootings.
appears to be self-inflicted gunshot wounds. Yesterday marked the start of the annual Hajj pilgrimage.
You should give a fuck. You should. Because it matters. To an extent. To an extent. Either way, the guy that did it or the person or the people that did it are fucking crazy. And obviously you can never really look inside of the mind of somebody that is shooting children at a mosque. Obviously. Because they're schizo, right? They're crazy. But at the same time, if they're saying it was racially motivated, instead of saying the actual race of the teens, that's the interesting part. They're saying it was racially motivated.
One of the most sacred times in the Muslim faith. And according to the center, this is the largest mosque in the San Diego community. The center.
Because you have to keep in mind that this is in LA. LA is a sanctuary fucking city. So if this was a rival gang or a rival blood feud that they brought from their own country, it obviously fucking matters. It does. It matters. But we don't know that yet because they haven't released any information. We don't even know what the mom looks like. We don't know her religion. We don't know her ethnicity. We don't know anything. Why are they treating this one differently?
Studies and courses for children as young as 5 years old. And you can see in this footage more than a dozen children being walked out of the center. They're holding hands after those shots ring out. The mayor telling residents that the NYPD will increase its presence at mosques across the city today. Back to you.
Well, I'm happy for them. Wow, I'm sure am happy for them. What about the lady that was stabbed in the neck that fled Ukraine, or the other lady that was on the subway that got, like, gasoline poured on her and her fucking shit was lit on fire? What about her? I sure didn't see a whole lot of security popping up around the fucking subway systems. Why not?
Wow.
Okay.
That seems problematic.
So San Diego police confirming 2 teenage gunmen opened fire outside the Islamic Center of San Diego. It happened Monday afternoon, killing 3 individuals before taking their own lives just a few blocks away. Now the FBI and local law enforcement are working to determine a motive for the attack on the largest mosque in the county.
We are actively investigating this as a hate crime. There are details and information.
And so the plot thickens.
That we are investigating is to exactly what those what the hate speech or the hate words were that were conveyed. Some of that is going to have to take more time to develop further to see where that information's coming from.
So let's bring in former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker. Chris, from what we know, these 2 teens, the mom knew something, they were violent, tried to head it off before it happened. She was not successful. What do you take away from this?
Yeah, Brian, this was an extraordinarily dramatic set of events.
That does kind of make me wonder.
Took place yesterday, where we finally get a parent, a mother.
So you got a parent. Now, typically this doesn't happen as quickly as it does, right? A parent that, let's say that she had those weapons locked up, right? Or someplace where, everybody knew where they were. How did this parent... Well, I guess if you found the note, never mind. If you found the note first,
her son and the red flags that
would make sense.
Displaying.
And then she also had problems with them prior, right?
Taking weapons, dressed in camouflage, and the police are searching for him, and it's a race against time when the shooting actually takes place at the Islamic Center. So it is extraordinary. I mean, this happened before in Boston, where a police captain turned his son in back in 2015. But you don't see that very often. We're always talking about see something, say something. The question in my mind, the investigation as a hate crime here, it doesn't matter with respect to the 2, other than to get a handle on and an insight into their motivation. But it does matter as to whether someone aided and abetted or conspired with or enabled.
That is true. That is also another reason why it matters, is because what if these 2 teens were like goaded into doing this? What if they were they were coerced into doing this? I mean, that is very true.
Attack.
So, and it turns out that security guard looks like he was a true hero, or else it could have been a lot worse. Into full stride shortly. What do you think about this?
I do think that it's interesting that it's already been 24 hours. Well, no, I think this might have happened. I think it was around 5 or 6 yesterday. Right? So I'm sure throughout the day more will come out.
Pumping the brakes on Iran for now, while the president says he is holding off on strikes that were scheduled to begin at some point today. So, hello, big meeting today from the White House. I'm Bill Hemmer live in New York as we get to it on a Tuesday morning. How you doing there, partner?
Great, I'm good. I'm Dana Perino, and this is America's Newsroom. So let's get you to.
Was it? Was it that early yesterday?
The news. Today, President Trump is reportedly set to convene his national security team at the White House in the Situation Room. This as they weigh next steps on finishing the mission in Iran. So whether that's through combat or diplomacy, that's the point in question.
So now the president's saying that U.S. forces remain ready to attack at a moment's notice, but there's diplomatic momentum prompting him to hold off, at least for now.
I'll take your word for it.
We're getting ready to do a very major attack tomorrow. I've put it off for a little while, hopefully maybe forever, but possibly for a little while, because we've had very big discussions with Iran, and we'll see.
So how do you go from, yeah, I'm just crumpling up whatever they're sending me and throwing it away, calling it AI slop, to, oh, well, yeah, you see, what we're going to do now is we're going to postpone it even longer.
What they amount to, I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE and some others, if we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal.
Meanwhile, Israel is keeping a close eye on all of this. It has been 3 months since Israel and the U.S. launched.
Vice Admiral Robert Harward has analysis. Trey Yinks reports from Tel Aviv, where Israel remains on high alert. And let's begin there with you, Trey. Hello in Israel.
Bill, good morning. The clock is still ticking for the Iranian regime. President Trump said in a post on Truth Social overnight he planned to attack Iran but held off due to a request from Gulf leadership. We know the timeline here remains the biggest question. The Israeli military is on high alert, and the U.S. military buildup across the region is growing each day. President Trump indicated this is a temporary pause for 2 or 3 days to see if an agreement can be reached.
If we can do that, where there's no nuclear weapon going into the hands of Iran, I think, and if they're satisfied, we will.
I think that he needs to back up that whole nuclear weapon thing with the fact that they've killed Americans and soldiers for decades. They've done this for decades, man. Decades. They funded terrorism all over the goddamn Middle East and most of the world. Decades. It's not just about the nukes. It's about the fact that they've been killing Americans for a long fucking time.
Be probably satisfied.
The Iranians released a few statements overnight with the country's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, saying dialogue does not mean surrender, and a senior Iranian official, Mohsen Rezai, attacking President Trump on X, saying he sets a deadline for a military attack and then cancels it himself, with the false hope that he will surrender the Iranian nation and officials. The iron fist of the powerful armed forces and the great nation of Iran will force them to retreat and surrender. We're also
Oh, man. Whew. That's a good one.
Getting new images from inside of Iran that show a nomadic Iranian tribe marching in Tehran and chanting.
That's it? That's all you got left, huh?
Death to America. Some held weapons as they listened to a speech in the capital city. A lot of threatening language from the Iranian regime.
We gotta move on past that because I don't want to deal with YouTube's bullshit.
Officials there as the region waits to see if these Gulf countries can push the Islamic Republic toward a deal.
Okay, Trey, thanks for leading our coverage. Tel Aviv again today. Thank you, Trey, for that. Dana?
And now to the White House, and Alexandria Hoff is there for us. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, Axios had reported that the president was going to be meeting with his national security team today in the Situation Room, but that was before this scheduled attack.
Remember, Osama told the United States what would happen if they did. Yeah, you know what happened to him? You know what happened to him? He got his head fucking cut off. And we told him what would happen to him, and guess what happened to him? I guess we had the last laugh in that one, didn't we? Fucked around and found out.
The president is going to be doing so. The way he put it yesterday, he said that this military action was held off because serious negotiations are now taking place. But the president also acknowledged yesterday it's a familiar position to be in.
It's a very positive development, but we'll see whether or not it amounts to anything.
You do realize that the Iraq war, the Afghanistan war was a military-industrial complex? I don't know if you're American. You don't really seem like you're American, but that was a way for a guy to line his pockets using the death of Americans. How long after 9/11 did they find and kill Osama? "232 days after 9/11, they got his ass."
We've had periods of time where we thought pretty much getting close to making a deal, and it didn't work out, but this is a little bit different.
Iranian officials confirmed that on Sunday, their side provided the Trump administration through Pakistani mediators with an updated peace proposal. But one issue has been that Iran wants to settle the issue of nuclear capabilities after an agreement to end hostilities has been made. The White House says any agreement must mandate the country be cleared of nuclear material.
Also, maybe if so hold on. So you think that? So what you're literally trying to feed everybody here in chat is somehow America deserved what happened in 9/11 because we didn't cater to some schizo terrorist in a foreign country? I mean, the Ayatollah sure did say a whole lot. Now he's not saying anything anymore. You know why? Because he's resting in pieces right above his bunker. But don't roach out now that you got pulled up. No, nothing? Nothing, huh? Damn. That sure is something. No, we obviously didn't deserve 9/11. I want to make that very clear. Obviously we didn't. What's going on here? Oh, something's broken here. Hold on, give me a second. Something broke it. Something broke it. I don't know what broke it, but something obviously broke it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Channel activity, come on. Live. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, that's the wrong chat. Exit. Blop. About chat. BAN question mark. Start poll. There it goes. Got it. Okay, we back. Boop. There we go. We got it. Sorry about that. Wait, what? It looks like this guy's cooked. Let's go ahead and ban his ass and move on in poll. If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream, check out the channel membership. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Chat. Hide user from channel. Bye-bye. Don't have fun now. Have a good time. 15 votes. How are we doing on the stream today? You got a lot of people up in chat. Don't forget to, if you got any money for some jewels, guys, don't forget to hit them jewels up. Helps out with that viewership. W chat, by the way, W jewels. Boop. There we go. Okay.
Thinking is that the Iranian ability to enrich has been totally decimated by Operation Midnight Hammer. This enriched uranium that they possess, they can't keep it. President Trump has been very clear about that. That is one of the red lines in these negotiations.
In those negotiations, she continues. Now, Iran's foreign ministry claims that the back and forth shows that no deal from Iran has been downright rejected by the U.S. And Iran's president saying yesterday that dialogue does not mean surrender. We expect to hear more from the Trump administration today as Vice President J.D. Vance is set to take the podium at today's briefing. Dana.
Yep, we'll be watching for that. Okay, Alex, thank you.
Let's get some analysis. Vice Admiral Robert Harwood, former CENTCOM deputy commander. Thanks for coming back, sir, and good morning to you. General Keane was with Dane and me yesterday. Let's begin with this analysis, and we'll get to you. Watch.
The president has exhibited a huge amount of patience here since the ceasefire on April the 8th. And we've tried to work a deal with these guys, and it just doesn't seem possible. And where we are.
Big surprise. Everybody, including everyone on his cabinet, was saying, well, maybe you shouldn't make deals with terrorists.
We're on the cusp of going back into military operations. When we stopped Bill and Dana, we had 2 weeks to go, less than 30% of the targets.
What the hell?
Those targets remain, but we have better intelligence now after these 5-6 weeks. So that target list is expanded. It's considerably more comprehensive.
Admiral, I think the general is exactly right about the point he makes. And also, Iran has a vote in this as well. They've reconfigured a number of things, I am certain. What do you think the next best move is today?
Well, I agree with the general completely, with one caveat. Patience may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has the regime and the people of Iran. So he's been very astute in leveraging that time. And so I don't see it as negotiations. It really is capitulation. The president's made it very clear. You will not have a nuclear weapon, and the president knows he's in the position to demand those. So I think in that sense, he controls the narrative and when he would strike. I'd also say that patience and the request from Saudi, Qatar, UAE may be more also religious at the moment. You're in the middle of Hajj. You have millions of Muslims in Saudi doing their annual Hajj at the end of this month, and that includes 30,000 Iranians. And so that plays into the calculus. Do you want to strike during Hajj?
So are they like trying not to? They're trying to make sure that they don't hurt a lot of innocent people.
Hajj, which is a very sacred Muslim
fair,
activity followed by Eid al-Adha. So both of those things are the time.
Okay, but that said, a bit of candy out. We need some real sturdy.
For the Iranians to throw a bit of candy out. We need some real sturdy and granular
conversation regarding the nuclear program. If that's not going to happen, we will have a conversation through bombs, which will be a shame. So this morning, if there is this National Security Council meeting in the Situation Room, and this is on the table, I mean, I hear what you're saying about the president having time and the blockade working, but also it does seem that Iranians are quite resilient, and the oil reserves are running low, not in our country, but for the rest of the world, for our allies. And in particular, you have a situation where derivatives from oil, like all the chemicals that are used to make things all around the world, like the Japanese are very concerned today. So
resilience, but quits exporting the Islamic Revolution throughout.
Let's see. Trump sends bold message to U.S. military. Ah, crap.
All right, meanwhile, President Trump huddling up with top national security advisors after revealing that he is pausing a major attack on Iran.
Trey Yinks is live in Tel Aviv with the latest for us. Trey?
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Look, the clock is still ticking. President Trump giving Iran a few more days to get their act together. The president posting on Truth Social overnight that he had planned to attack Iran, but he's holding off at the request of Gulf leaders. He said in part on Truth Social, I've instructed Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff,
let's go Pete Hegseth,
General Daniel Kane, and the United States military that we will not be doing the scheduled attack of Iran tomorrow, but have further.
Oh my God, dude! He just straight up says it. My God, that's so unhinged. I have instructed Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, the chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff, And General Daniel Kane got that Raisin Kane up in there. You know what I'm saying? The United States military, that we will not be do the schedule attack. Oh my God, they just airing that shit out like it's dirty laundry, bro.
They instructed them to be prepared to go forward with a full large-scale assault of Iran on a moment's notice in the event that an acceptable deal is not reached. The timeline here remains the biggest question. The Israeli military remains on high alert, and the U.S. military buildup across the region is growing each day. President Trump indicated this is a temporary pause to see if an agreement can be reached.
I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very
Even the UAE's getting involved now. The UAE's had enough of their shit too.
Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could
Saudi Arabia as well.
Put it off for 2 or 3 days.
I wonder if I might be getting a visit from the FBI by saying this, but this just came to me. It just came to me, right? What if they've been using, or they're going to use not just Israel the next time they attack? What if they use the UAE, the Saudi Arabia? What if they use all the militants that he just talked about? Not the militants, but all the countries.
Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could put it off for.
Think about that. Think about what he just said. What if the whole time we've been doing this and waiting, Trump's been making phone calls?
Can be reached.
I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period.
Think about that. Think about the way he's wording that.
An agreement.
UAE, and if we could put it off for 2 or 3 days.
You see that? You see how he looked at him too? Y'all can't see that. Look the way he looked at him. Watch him right here.
A short period of time. UAE and some others if we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are.
I don't know.
Close to making a deal, and if we can do that, where
something big
no
might be
nuclear
coming
weapon going into the hands of Iran, I think, and if they're satisfied, we will be probably satisfied also.
The Iranians released a few statements overnight with the country's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, saying dialogue does not mean surrender, and a senior Iranian official, Mohsen Razi, attacking President Trump on X, saying he sets a deadline for a military attack and then canceled it himself, with the false hope that he will surrender the Iranian nation and officials, the iron fist of the powerful armed forces, and the great nation of Iran will force them to retreat and surrender. Still a lot of tough talk from the Iranians overnight.
That seems to be the only thing they have left with all their ships at the bottom of the ocean, you know?
Questions about how long this temporary pause could last. Guys?
So, Trey, if you look at who's the clock ticking for? Is it Iran as gas lines build up and their economic strife goes?
I don't want Iran. I want Iran to do their own thing, but I want the IRGC fucking gone. That's what I want. I want the IRGC and the people that exiled the original prince of Iran. I want those fuckers gone. They all need to be gone. That entire place is occupied, and they need to go.
Continues to gather steam, or is it the U.S.
I don't want their
who
land.
wants to get this done before the World Cup, before the Celebration 250, let alone the midterms in November? Where do you think more pressure is?
More pressure is...
I don't think they have to worry about the midterms. The redistricting has been a complete and total failure for the Democrats because they're trying to segregate. They're trying to literally do segregation, and none of the Supreme Courts are upholding it for obvious reasons. I'm going to be honest, I don't think that the midterms are going to be a problem. Even in, I think it was California or another state, one of the only person that ended up dropping out was the one that wasn't aligned with Trump. And the other two candidates are aligned with Trump. One of them is a woman. So
certainly on Iran at the moment due to the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports.
I don't think midterms are going to be a problem at this point. I just don't.
That is,
but it does depend on how Trump handles this.
Crippling the Iranian economy. We talked about those numbers yesterday. Exports for the regime are down 90% from pre-war levels. and they are currently at a 50% rate of crude oil extraction. Their economy is in a dire situation as a result of this U.S. pressure. And so the president has some strategic patience here to play with. And it's not surprising that these Gulf countries have asked for a few more days, given the fact that if a large-scale war does resume, these countries just along the Persian Gulf are going to take extremely heavy incoming fire, and a lot of their energy infrastructure supports the entire world. We have to remember here that President Trump knows a lot of information that the public doesn't know, and he is playing more than even 4D chess with the Iranians, understanding that the Iranians are often the ones with this threatening language, and it's a tough talk that the president understands Iran gets. They are in a region where they are constantly threatening Gulf allies and U.S. allies like Israel, and the president is beating them at their own game. And so we're likely looking at a situation where this pause is certainly temporary to see if they can get a deal across the finish line that is acceptable to U.S. negotiators. And if they can't, the president has promised this war will resume.
So, Trey, did the Gulf states do this because they're worried about the incoming fire, or do they really do it because they think a deal is close?
There's no way a deal is close. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. There is not going to be a thing that the IRGC and their leaders are going to say that is going to appeal to any of these these Gulf countries. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. The UAE has even had enough of their shit. Like,
it's a good question, and the analysis here is
W. Wasson.
Because a lot of these Gulf countries actually stepped back from the negotiating table previously.
I think the only reason why they keep putting this off is because there's a lot of Iranians that are celebrating out in public right now because of their religion. I wouldn't doubt for a second that's why Trump's holding off on it. He even he said that he was going to do it a couple days ago, but then he literally came out and said, "Yeah, we're going to hold off until they like."
You had countries like Qatar.
The goal since the beginning of this is to harm as little Iranians as possible, other than the IRGC.
Directly involved in these conversations, but given the fact that the Qataris, the Emiratis, the Saudis...
Whoa! $100 from T. Shipley in the big chat. W. Hundo from T. Shipley. Holy moly! Damn, T. Shipley hooking it up today. I can't like this. Bastard! Oh, there it goes. Nope, it still didn't let me like it. It's like the chat's frozen. Bro, like, what is YouTube doing to me? What is YouTube trying to do to me, bro? They trying to cook me. I know they trying to cook me. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Timothy. Bro, I'm fucking stupid. I'm so sorry, Timothy. I saw the T, and I was like, T. Shipley. I'm so sorry, Timothy. W. Timothy. Oh my God, dude. I'm retarded. I'm so sorry, bro. Oh, dude, I'm cooked. Yo, Timothy. Can I like it here? Why can't I like this shit, bro? It won't like, it's like chat just won't let me do anything. Chat broken, guys. It looks like the poll still works. I don't know. That's fucking weird, bro.
And Bahrain and other Gulf countries were coming under direct attack from Iran. It was challenging for them to reach some sort of settlement or even be involved in the process with the Iranian regime. And the president, about a month ago, told me he was most surprised by the fact that these countries...
I'm happy to have everybody, even if I fuck y'all's name up. I'm sorry. Trust me, it's not because I want to.
We're coming under attack. We know that there are serious fields of oil and also the liquefied natural gas.
It's because he did it in the 1920 by 1080. If you guys want to chat with people, you go to the YouTube Shorts version. If you want to, like, be on your own little space, then you can go over to the big 1920 by 1080 stream. That's all YouTube, by the way. If you go to the channel page, there should be 2 live streams up. Just so y'all are aware.
Places like Qatar that the Iranians have threatened to target if the war does resume. And
Hey,
so
on the big
this is all
screen,
part of the ongoing
boys.
calculation, not just for President Trump, but also his Gulf allies. And remember, the coordination between these Gulf allies and the United States is at the highest level it's ever been, because these Gulf countries trust the American negotiators. They've worked very closely with Special Envoys Kushner and Witkoff in the past, and when messages are delivered to them behind the scenes, they take them at face value.
So, Trey, from my understanding, from my sources, the national security team met
Bro, I'd be freaking out too. I'd be like, what? What do you mean I donated what? Wait, what? Oh? Oh? I'd be freaking the fuck
and
out,
gave
bro.
the president a list of options. Is it your understanding?
Wow, I dishonored the $100 and I made another commenter freak out. It's been a great day, boys. Dude, it's fucking hot in this bitch. I'm not even kidding. Dude, it's fucking hot in here. Holy, it's gonna be a hot day today. I'm gonna have to make sure I bring some water with me when I go running today, bro. It's gonna be fucking hot.
And from your source,
it's not even noon yet.
Although the president delayed today's attack, it could happen at any moment. Any moment that he feels like the negotiation is done and they're not operating.
Negotiation is done. He's just waiting on a good day to bomb the shit out of him again. At least I hope that's what the thing is here. Stop wasting our fucking time with this nonsense. Wasting taxpayer dollars. Like, dude, like, what is going, like, it's so stupid. We're going to watch one more Fox News thing, and then we're going to switch over to a body cam slop. And I'll let y'all vote on if we're going to do a Karen or what we're going to do today. But if you like the political stuff, I would definitely recommend subbing and liking to the channel. We do this every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. I do this every day. So I'm trying to finish off the streams with more cop slop, you know? Kind of add something fresh to the end of the stream, something that we can make fun of. It's mostly Karen slop, if I'm being honest. Let's see. Let's do this one.
President Trump is escalating the pressure on Iran, warning the clock is ticking down for a peace deal. Reports now the commander-in-chief will hold
you've been saying that for months.
A situation room meeting with his top advisors tomorrow on potential next steps.
What y'all think? Y'all think that he's actually going to bomb? You think he's actually going to bomb Iran again, or do you think he's not going to do that? I think that there is a world where there are three options to this pop quiz. There is a world where we don't bomb Iran, but the countries in the Middle East do. There is a world where we go back to bombing them with Israel and Iran, or there is a world where we completely waste another fucking month of time and do nothing. I think that's genuinely what we're looking at right here. Genuinely.
Bring an end to the conflict.
I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if I wake up in the morning and we have an unconditional surrender from the IRGC, y'all better show up, because I'm going to be playing Fuck America, Fuck Yeah in the morning for the opening song. Y'all better show up, because the thing is that it's going to get copyrighted, and that entire stream's going to be cooked. So all y'all's views, unless y'all channel members or subbers, no, actually, I don't even think if it's like, if y'all sub to like Prime, I don't even think that's, not Prime, Premium, I don't even think that holds up. But for the most part, y'all's views ain't gonna count. So, and then, well, that's not really the only reason. It's because it's gonna probably have to be removed after the stream, so y'all are gonna miss out. So if y'all get wind that we got the IRGC to unconditionally surrender, promised the next morning, guys.
Do know from the president that military action is on the table. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Iran Stadia media reporting a new 14-point peace plan has been sent to Pakistani mediators to present to the United States. And it does not appear the Iranian counterproposal mentions conceding key parts of their nuclear program, which we know is a key demand for President Trump. Yesterday, the president posted this: for Iran, the clock is ticking and they had better get moving fast or there won't be anything left of them. Time is of the essence. Here's Fox News senior strategic analyst General Jack Keane.
Where they're coming from is they believe they can stick with this and run the clock out. And that's what they're trying to do right now, even with modifying their negotiating position. They want to run this clock out, increase the political economic pressure on the president. And they just don't care about the suffering of people. The president has exhibited a huge amount of patience here since the ceasefire on April the 8th. And we've tried to work a deal with these guys, and it just doesn't seem possible.
It hasn't been possible for like 50 fucking years, man. It hasn't. They violated the peace treaties, whatever. They started enriching uranium past the percent that they were allowed to do, and they didn't allow people to go to the facilities to check on them. I mean, like they had treaties, they violated them. What are we doing? What are we doing?
A new opinion piece on how to finish the job in Iran has this, quote, if the regime refuses to capitulate, Trump will have to deploy the full spectrum of U.S. power.
Oh, please do it. Please do it. It would please me so much to know that if I woke up tomorrow or the morning after that or the morning after that, that we didn't just waste our fucking time with these terrorists. It would please me so much.
Quote, the U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz has crippled Iran's economy.
I like how that sounds, too.
We know that. In fact, it's so bad.
Man, look at all that bullshit.
They're having to face shutting in their wells. They can't pump them to keep going. And if you can't take oil out, that increases the danger that you might not be able to use some of those wells again. Early signs of the fuel crisis emerged over the weekend as unemployment and inflation are skyrocketing. It's prompted major discontent among the Iranian citizenry, who have continued to hold protest at this point. We're covering all of the angles on all of this. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gobb will join me in moments. First, though, senior foreign correspondent Trey Yingst is on the ground in Tel Aviv, Israel. Trey.
Harris, good morning. While the region waits to see if the war will resume in the days ahead, diplomatic efforts are playing out. Iran reportedly sent a revised proposal to Pakistani mediators aimed at addressing some of the gaps in their...
The hell is going on? Bro, why are my ears being, destroyed right now?
Previous response that President Trump called a piece of garbage.
That's probably because it was.
Therefore, from the very day after we sent our points to the American side via Pakistan, we were faced with a series of proposals from the other side, which have been reviewed over the past few days. As was announced yesterday, our own views have in turn been conveyed to the American side.
This comes as the economic situation inside of Iran is getting worse each day due to the ongoing U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. CENTCOM says more than 80 commercial vessels have been redirected and 4 were disabled to enforce the blockade.
What you crying about? Chad getting fed today. Chad getting fed today. Let me tell you what. And yeah, buddy, there it goes. Nom 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 time, boys. Look at that. Bro's cooked. 90%. 90%. God damn. Oh, 91. Hold on. 92. Ooh. Is he going to break it? 93's been the highest. Oh, no, actually 100, but that was for something else. Ooh, is he going to break it? If it gets to 94, that means it breaks it. Oh, 93. Oh, 1 more percent. 1 more percent, guys. Woo! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's at a stalemate. I think that's it. Ooh, that was a close one, though. That was a close one. Oh, it hit 94! It hit 94! Oh my god, it turned right as I ended it, too. I saw it turn. Oh well.
The economic situation is very, very bad. I mean, for 3 months now, the situation has completely deteriorated. Ever since these protests happened and the dollar price went up. Then, after the war started, the shop was basically closed for nearly a month. And now the situation is extremely bad.
A senior Israeli official speaking to Fox News over the weekend said early signs of a developing fuel crisis started emerging over the weekend, including long lines at gas stations and growing public discontent over fuel shortages and distribution problems. Prices continue to rise, unemployment is climbing, and inflation is accelerating sharply. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called this week for the U.S. allies around the world to increase their economic pressure on the Iranian regime.
Damn, they're not even trying to make us leave now. They're trying to increase the pressure on Iran. Well, look at that. Wow. Isn't that kind of crazy how there's even more people that are dogpiling in on this shit? Huh. Man. I guess it was World War III, wasn't it?
We call upon all our G7 and indeed all of our allies and the rest of the world to follow the sanctions regimes so that we can crack down on the illicit finance that is fueling the Iranian war machine and get this money back to the Iranian people.
The U.S. military buildup across the region continues.
We're already selling oil. From the Gulf. We're selling oil from the Gulf to China. Our wells are open. The issue is the refinement process. The heavy-duty refinement process that it takes to refine this gas is over in the Strait. We don't really have the refinement facilities in order to do that here. We have refineries, but not large-scale heavy industrial ones to produce the refinement process we need.
Each day with more transport planes arriving in the Middle East. Harris?
Trey Inks, thank you very much. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gobb, a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, battalion commander, and international military strategist.
W veteran. W badass. Holy. Damn.
Is in focus now. Good to see you. Look, I made some notes as Trey was reporting. First of all, if we don't hit Iran's military very soon, is it time to just go home at this point and count up the victories that we've already had?
Yeah, good morning, Harris. Good to see you, too. I think that's probably option A and option B, which is option A being that Trump follows through with the threats of use of force again, which would be unfortunate. But
we need our own refinement facilities because it would give Americans jobs and we wouldn't have to rely on outsourcing our oil and ever having to deal with this shit again. We absolutely do.
Which the Tehran dictators know. Option B would be, we've done what we can. We hope the Iranian people would step forward and more of our allies around the world would step forward as well. But if they don't, then it may be time to say, okay, let's redirect ourselves onto different priorities and see what happens here and do the best we can, because we can use some force if needed, but we certainly don't need to put boots on the ground.
Look, things are not quite what they were when this war started. Things have been moving around us, and two things in particular, China and Russia. And we know that there are threats now for our NATO allies per Russia just over the weekend. The reports of that are quite jarring as Belarus now for our NATO allies per Russia just over the weekend.
Yeah, I heard that Russia's kind of dealing with its own problem in Moscow now. Man, but you got Russia getting fucking bent by all the drone strikes and from the Ukraine hitting Moscow. You got Cuba roaching the fuck out. You got one of the biggest terrorist organizations in the world getting henpecked to death. Man, it's got to be a bad day to be a fucking schizo, man. It's a bad day to be a commie. It's a bad day to be a dictator. It's a bad day to be a damn terrorist organizer. Man.
The reports of that are quite jarring, as Belarus is once again in the fold, with troops being put there by Russia, according to reports. Your take on the landscape now if we don't finish the job in Iran?
Yeah, I think things continue to get more dangerous in some respects. We've seen a splintering a little bit between China and Iran based on President Trump's visit with Xi, knowing that China has said we're not going to keep supplying Iran, at least publicly. What that also does is create a bit of a faction potential split between Russia and China, where that solid allied relationship that seems to be out there isn't quite as strong as many would have imagined.
That's right.
As well as what's happening with, as you mentioned, between Russia, Belarus, and as that grows around Ukraine, and them looking at potentially a weaker NATO as a whole. And all of this comes down to...
Fuck NATO. We need to leave NATO. They should be paying us to clean up this fucking world.
Essentially, how much can America do at once, and what's truly in our strategic interest?
What can't we do? Bro, we holding a war at all fronts. We got people that got bussed in and all of our fucking... these fraud centers all over America. We got J.D. Vance running the mass amount of fraud. We indicted and fucking locked up a fucking dictator from Venezuela. Like, we mass deporting these schizos that have invaded our country and are killing people. We out there bombing the shit out of terrorist organization and taking out some of the number 2 leaders of these terrorist organizations all over the fucking world. We sitting here making deals with China to sell them fucking oil. We got, dude, like, holy shit. We doing it all. What haven't we done? We fighting back segregation from redistricting in our own country? Bro, we doing it all.
And what is not.
Can you imagine that Russia would ever consider hitting our Western European NATO allies at this point? I mean, are they saber-rattling or what's happening?
I think it's very unlikely that they would do that. Europe is doing a good enough job of essentially of destroying itself with this mass uncontrolled immigration and change of demographics.
Shit, they got other countries begging and hoping that we show up there too. We got the UK praising Trump during that Unite the Kingdom protest. They down there praising Nick Shirley. They down there getting rid of all this shit that's going on with them too. Keir Starmer's cooked. Bro, like, there ain't nothing we can't do.
They're likely to let that go. And plus, they've shown what they can do, and they've had a hard time.
The poll won't pop up on yours, T. Shipley, because the poll is for the Shorts chat. I wish that it was connected, but for whatever reason, YouTube hates any kind of innovation. And, well, I wouldn't say they hate it. They just take their sweet time in putting in the innovation, but...
moving beyond where they're at in Ukraine already. To grow that now would actually put Russia at much greater risk than if they just tried to declare some form of victory in eastern Ukraine and also stopped.
It's just fascinating how these things touch each other because of those enemies that are so yoked together. Look, I want to get to this. I don't know if Iran's delusional about how bad their economy is or if they legitimately just don't care. But that terror regime is looking for a way out of the economic squeeze from our U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. We know that.
Look at them, they're trying to run.
Bloomberg now, cargo trains are running from central China to Iran, have jumped from roughly 1 per week before the blockade now to every 3 or 4 days, highlighting a growing alternative channel as Iran is looking to blunt maritime pressure. The corridor runs through multiple countries, making it far more complex to disrupt than shipping lanes in the Persian Gulf. What do you make of this? And you just said China may be a little bit of a split. Seems like they're pretty glued.
Well, China's very interested, of course, in Iran's success as their proxy because they need that oil from Iran in the first place. They've already lost the oil from Venezuela by a lot. So that means cheap crude is not flowing into China as it used to be. So they need that, and that relationship is there because they're economically tied together. This was expected that Iran would look for alternate means to continue what they could do. But increasing a couple railroad trips A week is not going to make up for what the Strait of Hormuz is capable of doing from an economic standpoint. But we always knew Iran would look for alternate means to keep their economy and their military machine going, because the two are very much tied together. I don't see it being super effective, but it is.
I think they're cooked. I think they're cooked. I do. I think they're cooked. Especially if they start, if Trump talked to the UAE and the other countries that he had mentioned, and they all plan on bombing them. I think they're cooked, man. I do. Okay, so what we get to watch today? We get to watch a Karen. Let's see what's going on with what do we got on Midwest Safety? Holy, that looks insane. How stolen cigarettes led to an insane standoff. I can't watch this one on stream. It's a members first. So, I can't watch this one because it looks like it has, you know what in it. It looks like we may not have a choice but to find a Karen video. Honestly. Business owner gets himself and all his customers arrested. What a dumbass. I thought I had Ewu pulled up. Did I not? Let me see. Let's see. EW. Okay. 47 reveals the great secret. These are more like documentary, like murder mysteries. So let's do the Karen. Let's see. Body cam Karen. Let's do a Midwest Safety one. Let's do it. Midwest. Why doesn't that pop up? We saw this one. Karen takes down officer before backup arrives. What the fuck? Entitled Karen fights police at beach resort. Oh, let's do this one. Let's do this one. This one looks fun. If you show up for the politics, there'll be more politics tomorrow, so please sub and like to the channel. W chat, W donos, and W biddies, by the way. Or not bits, jewels.
A female is assaulted by her own friend at a Florida resort. The responding officer gets...
Karen Core? What's that? Karen... It doesn't seem like there's a YouTube channel called Karen Core. Unless I'm missing it somewhere. Maybe I should make a channel called Karen Core. It doesn't seem like there's a channel. Oh, where'd it go? Right here. W Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety. Go check out Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety is the bomb, boys. It's the bomb. Boom. Oh, subject. It's a subject. That's fine. That's fine.
Way more than he bargained for.
She walked over coming from that way and just cocks me upside the head with a cup. Like literally cocks me. And that was all. And she took off. I don't know where she went or whatever, but I don't feel safe around her.
Give me a second. So what'd you see?
I picked up this young lady right here, the one right that you're all talking to, and all of a sudden the other young lady, I don't know if it's her partner or roommate or whatever, she came running up, give me a ride, and then she started berating this girl.
The blonde girl's berating the other girl?
No, the dark-haired girl. This lady was a complete angel.
You witnessed her, did her?
Oh, yeah.
Where were they when you got hit?
She was sitting right there. Dark-haired girl was making such a scene. And I said, okay, I'll take you back. You can go to the pool and get your stuff. And I was dropping her off. She walked down that walkway trying to get the pool. And she says, I don't know where the I'm going. And the girl just threw the cup, hit her in the face. The cup top went over there, and some of the drink hit my leg.
God damn, what an annoying piece of shit.
All right. So what do you want to do about it? What'd you say?
I want her off me, and I want to arrest her just because that's very disrespectful, and I don't put up with that.
Out of nowhere, the dark-haired suspect.
Oh, so is she like the owner of the property? Oh, you fucked up, idiot. Oh my god. Of all the people to throw shit at, she get trespassed by the property owner.
What's her name? Josie? Hey, Josie. I'm Officer Kai from the Beach Police Department. You got your ID on you by chance?
I'm a little intoxicated, so.
You don't know where it's at?
It's at back home. My friend is trying to set me up.
She's trying to set you up?
Yes, that's what it's all about.
How'd you spell your first name?
P-
Your first name's
yeah.
last name?
My first name's Josie, Josie.
What's a good address for you?
I don't know.
You don't know where you live?
I do, but I'm so intoxicated right
Well, let's step over here so he can get back to work. But you're gonna have to get off the cart.
now. I can't carry all this thing intoxicated.
Well, you can put it on the
Hold
ground.
on, why don't y'all calm down in the chat, man? I see that there's a bit of aggro going on. Why don't we all just calm down, man? Just calm, like everybody. If he's getting mad, Wassam, then don't continue to antagonize him, bro. Just stop. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Just leave him alone. And Kush, just ignore him. It's okay, man. You ain't gotta be up in arms. It's all good. We all chill here, man. Ain't no reason to be at each other's throats. It's all good, man. It's all good. Relax. We having fun. It's fun.
You're good to go. All right. So I'm fixing to read you what's called your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against.
I'm your dad. I fucked the shit out of your mother, and that's why you're alive today. Hey, man, you gotta keep them guessing. You gotta keep them guessing, man. Woo! You cooked, by the way. You cooked. Bye-bye. Seeing you a lot in my feed. I like your setup. Dude, YouTube and Meek. I'm gonna call you Miles, man. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna call you Miles. Oh, W 10 Joules. W 10 Joules. W. Oh, W 10 Joules. Please sub to the channel. Hit like on the stream if you're new here. We do this every day. I'm live every day. Every day I'm here. Same time. Sub to the channel.
You have the right to talk to a
Join the Discord.
Have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. Look at me. Listen to me. Do you understand what I just read to you? Are you sure you understand?
Yeah, my goal for the setup is to drain as much power as I can from the Texas power grid that it turns off. It sucks because y'all not gonna believe this, but my Eye of Sauron lights, for whatever reason, are dying. I just got this thing. And the lights are already so dim you can't even see them. Before it was too bright, and now it's like, there's like no light in it. I just got that damn thing, bro. I put my mouse down somewhere and it's gone. Okay.
All of it.
I want to turn you.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and turn it.
No, the charger's weird. It's a European plug-in, but I've got an adapter for it. Sometimes it gets brighter, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if maybe it's the cable that's jacked up or what. I don't know, man. It lights up still, so I mean, I guess that's something.
No, that's not.
I need to invest in LC signs,
This is gonna be a lot worse for you.
I don't give a shit. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me.
Oh man, we got another hog that needs the cattle prod. We got another hog that needs the cattle prod, boys. I'm telling you, man, we can make a lot of money.
Cool. Now we're done.
No.
Oh, she sound like that goat. She sound like the screaming goat.
All right, cool. Now we're done.
No.
Where is that? I have that goat. I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is, though. God damn it, it's gone now. I had it somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Now we're done.
I'm hot. This is hurting me, please.
Just don't fight.
Oh, quiet about it. Maybe mommy will give 2 sits and 1 fuck.
Stop fighting with me.
I'm burning the fuck up. Lift me the fuck up. I'm hot.
Get on the ground.
No. I'm burning the fuck up, you bastard.
Let me put your coat.
I think that if you've got a Karen that throws a cup at somebody and it hits their face so hard that the cap pops off, I think that you're doing a good job as a police officer if they're screaming like a little bitch.
Put your arm behind your back now.
No. Swear to God, Bonnie, you're gonna get. Stop.
Is that your golf cart? Yes, sir. Cool. Can you grab my cuffs?
You know how you notice individuals very privileged? I used to know somebody that had these style of sunglasses, man. These sunglasses are like the mark of a Karen.
No. Swear to God, Bonnie, you're gonna get. Stop.
Got those fake ass sunglasses with those fake ass gems on them, and it's like, bro, you ain't fooling anybody. Come on.
Is that your golf cart? Yes, sir.
Could have just got a normal pair of sunglasses, but nope.
Grab my cuffs. Take a seat.
You're a goddamn fucking bastard.
Oh! Hey! Whoa! What the fuck? That was a wet one too. What a nasty bitch. They gotta get like the mouth guard for her. This one's gone feral, boys. They gotta wrap this bitch up in the sushi wrap.
1015, YPMO for Bat, LEO, and Simple Bat.
That's what it's gonna be.
That's right. Time for the hood.
Bitch. I'm your fucking best friend. What the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't do nothing wrong at all. You guys are fucking mean and bastards and whatever. Look at me in the eyes. You're dead.
Go ahead and add threats to law enforcement.
Ooh, damn. This dumbass don't know how to keep her fucking trap shut.
Let's slow ride it over to my car.
No, I have more shit from her and I want my shit.
I think that if somebody spits on you, you should just be able to punch them square in the face. I mean, like, let's be honest here. If that cop had punched her square in the face and broke her nose, I'd laugh. I'd be like, well, maybe you shouldn't have done it.
Yep, go ahead, back up.
Like, why don't we have protections for that?
Goddamn dead, you stupid ugly cunt. Oh, Mr. Cop, please get my glasses. Get my fucking glasses.
You need to sit down.
No, fuck you.
Sit down.
Don't fucking touch me. Put you in, I swear to God.
Keep going. Yeah.
Oh, bro. How?
Get it.
Cool.
Mary Nation's gonna fucking murder you.
You got backup coming? No, I don't need it.
Hey! Alright, what the fuck? Bro! Bruh! Oh man, all I gotta say to that cop, man, is he's patient. That is a patient individual right there.
This is gonna be a lot more fun now.
Damn bitch. You're a little bitch. I've never been arrested. I've never been in trouble in my whole goddamn life. You set me.
You've never been. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a fucking second.
The fuck out. I didn't even goddamn do anything. You're pissing me the fuck off. You ain't gonna do shit. You're goddamn.
Man, shut up, Bucktooth. Sit your fat ass down and shut the fuck up. Them cattle prods. We gotta do this, man. This has to happen. That's got to be like the next president that's getting elected. Like they got to run on like cattle prods for police. We got to. Like something has to give here. Dude, God, she spit at him again.
All right, we're done. Come on.
No. Stop. What are you gonna do?
I love how this whole time he's been walking behind that golf cart, and he's just been the nicest human being. And now that he got to the car with all the goodies in it that make Karens go burr, the real fun begins.
Ass, huh? What are you gonna do? Jesus shit.
Get in the car.
Yeah, she spit at him again. Watch. Look, right here. Just before they got off, look.
You're a goddamn piece of shit.
You saw that? She spit at him again.
Get in the car.
I don't blame this cop one bit for throwing her ass in the car like that either. The hell with that bitch.
Like 3 or 4 times now.
She did it more than that? I thought it was only 2.
She kicked me twice, slapped me. So, her and this girl are staying. Yeah.
Okay.
They're staying in a condo across the street. They get into an argument. She's acting like this. I've got the witness information already. He was a tram driver, and she took one of the cups, struck her upside the head with it. Got her story and the driver's story, and it matched up perfectly. Go to Mirandize her. She's like, lawyer. I said, okay, cool. Go ahead and turn around for me real quick. And she's like, no. So I go to grab her wrist. She immediately starts smacking me. I take her to the ground. She keeps on trying to resist. I end up getting hinges on her, get her up, put her on the golf cart over here so we can come back to my car. She spits on me like 4 times. She's kicked me.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, spitting on somebody is a form of biological warfare.
Twice. Okay. She's threatened to have me killed by the Aryan Nation. Okay.
What the fuck?
So simple bet on her, 33 on me, and threats to law enforcement with death.
Okay, what is she on?
Alcohol.
She hasn't calmed down yet?
No. She was calm until I broke the cuffs out.
She was calm until you broke the cuffs out?
Yeah.
Does she want to press charges about the battery?
She does.
Okay. Are they, what kind of relationship are they in?
They're not dating or anything like that.
So friends?
Yeah, they're just friends.
All right, step on out. You can search and change it up those handcuffs.
That lady needs to find better friends.
I can't get out. Oh,
you can step out.
I am trying to, but my wrists are hurting so bad.
And nobody cares about your fucking wrists. You're being told to step out.
What to do with you scooting forward?
Wrist hurt.
Don't cuss me because I'm not cussing you.
I'm trying to be polite.
Listen, all you have to do is scoot.
This is the average commenter that gets banned, by the way. Why are you calling me? No, don't call me names. I'm not calling you names. Don't stop calling me names. Okay, well now you're getting banned.
Oh, it's not fair. She set me up. There were our bills to begin with.
Come on.
I can't just fucking scoot out. What do you want to do?
Scoot out?
I can't. Not too fast.
I mean, the alternative is you grab her by her ankles and drag her ass out and let her head hit whatever it hits. I mean, honestly, you know she's doing this because she's trying to kick somebody. I guarantee you if anybody tried to help her out of that, she would kick them immediately.
Scoot out here. I can't go to here.
My officer's going to search you real quick.
She set me up.
Step away from the car. I'm Officer Wembley. I'm doing your search. All right, he's going to fix your cuffs for you. Go ahead, turn back around.
Turn back around.
Is that better? Go ahead and have a seat.
She's got cocaine. Go to her house. There will be cocaine there.
Okay.
First she has cocaine, and then it's go to her house, she'll have cocaine. What the fuck? Hey, you gotta not be around this person. This person's a piece of shit.
She was like, okay. And then she kept laughing. And
Okay, I'm gonna close the door now. All right, guys.
Thank you.
No problem.
As the arresting officer writes his report in his vehicle, the other officer finds an interesting item while searching Josie's belongings.
so I get out. Goddamn dead.
Yeah, that's what I took off of her waistband.
That was on her fucking waist? Oh, that's right. She needs that for her religion. Yeah, that's right. Something like that, isn't it?
After I get out, you're dead. What's your name, officer? What's your name? You have to tell me your fucking name.
You know, she back there screeching and howling like the fucking swamp hag banshee she is. They need to have a program where we can assimilate these people back to the bog. You know what I'm saying? Back to the bog with them. Holy shit.
Now, of course, I've handcuffed many dangerous people, but when someone's screaming, fighting, and possibly off their meds, that's entirely a different kind of danger.
Yo! Even he knows!
Now, calls like this can be a complete nightmare for police, because think about it, they're walking into a beautiful resort, but they're immediately met with a story of an assault, and the officer has no clue what he's going to have to deal with. Now, at this point, the call actually got really dark for me, and even I didn't see this coming, because the officer is not only dealing with a distraught victim, he might be dealing with an aggressor with an unstable mind. Because on many
Unstable mind? I don't think there's anything with that lady that's stable at all.
These do have to deal with violent, mentally ill people, but I have asked myself, do they even really know what's going on? Because their reality can be extremely different than ours. Now, the officer had no choice but to take Josie down, because she did get violent. But when you're face to face with someone who's probably terrified themselves, you do feel a different kind of pressure, because you do have to be tactical and keep the victims and yourself safe. But the officer also has to do his best to try not to cause further damage to someone who's probably
Bro, that
broken.
is so
And make no mistake
gross,
about it,
man.
Josie
That's
was
so
dangerous,
fucking
and
gross.
officers never want to use force. However, with that said, when a person like Josie is throwing punches and
So
threatening lives,
gross,
there's no
man.
time to call for a mental
God
health
damn,
team.
that's
Officers have to
gross.
deal with the threat immediately. And finding that knife wasn't just evidence, it was a warning. Because if the officers had waited and failed to act quickly, this could have ended violently for everyone. Lastly, and be real with yourself, if this was you and you walked into this resort and had to deal with a situation like this and the aggressor had a knife within reach, would you try to talk him down?
I mean, is talking them down involve I'm going to shoot you if you come at me with a knife? I mean, is that considered I would consider that talking them down. I mean, you gave them the alternative, you know, like, I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, why are we even fucking around with this? You know, like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you if you try to stab me with that knife. Proceeds to attempt to stab you with a knife, pulls gun and eliminates threat, reloads weapon, and then proceeds to make sure the threat is eliminated. Like, I mean, let's be honest here. Why are we even fucking around with this?
Or would you act fast and make sure that everyone made it out safe? Because officers do deal with this on a daily basis.
Josie was charged with trespass after warning, simple battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting with violence, and threats to law enforcement. She is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Yo, W Midwest Safety, by the way. Damn, we ended like right on time, too. W Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety always has bangers. All right, chat. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for me to scuttle away to my hidey hole and watch Married with Children whilst I read Spawn comics. And also I have to edit for the next 5 fucking hours. I need to get a song going. Hold on.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness, if you wanna play tough, I'm gonna
Okay, so W chat, W donos, W hundo from Timothy. I still feel bad about that, dude. Oh my god. W Timothy, W chat for the jewels. I would call out the jewels, but there's no like actual notification for them. It's really weird. Actually, did the other stream freeze altogether? No, it's being weird, dude. Chat's being really fucking weird today. It's really weird, man. I don't know what's going on. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay friendly, stay away from crazy people. Join the Discord, hit like and sub if you're new here. Make sure y'all go hype up the videos too. I've noticed that y'all been hyping up the videos. W hypers, W people that leave comments and likes if y'all don't have any hypes. That works too. Y'all are awesome. W donos, Jules, gifted members. Y'all are so awesome. I love all y'all. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change the whole day or their whole life. You never know. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm very appreciative of everybody that is showing up and everybody that has showed up and to everybody that has gotten banned. Y'all are all awesome. Stay safe out there, guys. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go. Make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up. No, I'm not giving up.